Welcome to the 1879 actual play. I am Brad Decker. I'm the line developer for 1879. I play the character Nigel Fullmore, and we are about to get the recap underway here. This is our first game session for 2025. All of the videos from the previous sessions now are available on YouTube, so if you haven't seen any of them, you can catch up on those. I will mute myself and get the announcements put up everywhere, and let whoever is going to do it take it away for the recap.
We had to do the intros before the recap.
Oh, whatever. Y'all talk. I'm getting announcements posted.
I'm going to intro first, which I never do. I'm Andi. I'm the GM. Everybody else?
Hello, I'm Chris. I'm playing the character of Weymont, a mage, and I did some writing for 1879 for the Fort Alice book, and I've also started making maps. Lots of maps.
Hi, my name is Drew. I play a troll named Mac.
I am Lexi. I play an elven explorer named River.
I'm Michelle, and I play an elf investigator called August.
And I'm Joel. I'm one of the writers for 1879. I happily say Earthdawn these days. And I play Morgana, who is an elven aristocrat.
All right. As far as the recap, if I remember correctly, you guys had probably solved Phoebe's niece's problem of wedding conundrums and Fae. And while trying to solve this, you got a weird message from the dormice. I believe it simply said, "Help Mother." And somehow you ended up on the other side. I think River led that charge.
Except
for August, who sensibly stayed on this side of the mirror, the proper side of the mirror, just in case, just so that someone can fetch help if we don't come back promptly.
I think it was more just so you don't have to put up with this nonsense.
Also, yes.
Hey, it could be a multiple form of win for him.
But everybody else is on that side. And there were two little armies of dormice. One you recognize as apparently your dormice, and the other you don't recognize, but they look very similar, but one has red eyes and one has all black eyes. And they seem to be fighting, and your dormice seem to have been losing at the time. And anybody else want to fill in what I'm not recalling so far?
That's where we left it off.
Confusion on coming through. I know Morgana wasn't doing a lot at first. And I believe we were about to try and join the fight to assist our dormice.
And I got a magic gun.
Actually, that's sort of important. That's sort of important. Just to recap for everybody, how did you get a magic gun?
So this was a gun that was used by a guy from our first... Was it our first or one of the first things that we investigated? And he was an ex-military man and ended up shooting himself with it. And it had a lot of bad emotions to it. So I sacrificed it to the dormice as a... they could feed on this with the negative emotions that were tied to it. And then they brought the gun back, and it had stuff done to it.
Do you remember what it does now?
It's definitely Fae related. It seems to be anti-Fae, and when I shot the other dormouse, it ended up healing our guys.
Exactly.
So we don't know the rest of any effects to it, but yeah, I got a magic gun.
Which may gives you guys some possible insight into your dormice. All right, so I think
does this mean?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Does this mean that the dormice are Antifa? Anti-Fae? Sorry.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. That one just struck me. Very
That's good.
I
It may
recall
mean
that
you guys need to think about that type of thing later. I do remember also that after finding out that you got a magic gun, River decided that she needed to give them a gun. So,
I recall that Mac came charging through to be protective of the Dormice, battle shouting, and laying
trying
about
to,
in a very troll-like manner to stop the fighting,
yeah. I
or at
think
least
we need to.
between him and the ones who were protecting.
I think we need to start right at initiatives.
Yeah, because we were kind of in the thick of it.
Yeah, you guys literally we got everybody who was going over, and then that was where we stopped.
I think we got through like
So
1 or 2 rounds of combat, and then we paused.
There was a surprise round, and Morgana was going, what is going on? So didn't get it, do anything when everyone else did things.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's how I recall it.
well, but that's not necessarily a bad question when you were the one of the first ones to walk into what the hell is going on. I mean, that
Yes,
seems like a reasonable response.
That
What
is
the
a
hell is it?
reasonable question. That's a reasonable question to ask. Yes.
I feel like it is. So
Yeah.
let us do. Let me remember where I put that piece of paper and pencil.
We'll put our initiatives in the chat
Because
so it's
writing
easy to
with a
organize.
puppy does not help. Did you know that? I can take that puppy and push him on paper, but it doesn't write. Give me one
take a puppy
second, and
there.
then we'll do initiatives.
I'm pretty sure puppies are supposed to stay in everything they touch.
At this age, no. Give it 2 weeks when we're in land shark mode.
18?
Yes.
Holy crap. I was doing well with 5.
She really wants that magic gun.
Yeah, she just really wants to shoot things.
Also, yes.
I mean, it's true. River, it's your time now. This is the moment you've been waiting for.
She has plenty of other weapons than the guns.
I'm sure you
Wait,
do, but there is one thing that you're known for.
Wait. River has other weapons? What? So shocking. All right.
Yeah, I mean she has fists and she has a hand axe.
Ooh, River's first, looks like. And then got Morgana. As far as the dormice, unless there's a problem with this, I'm going to do basically your guys' as theirs as one initiative. Because there's a lot of them and we're doing them as a swarm. Alrighty. I'm missing somebody. So who am I missing? I've got River, Morgana, Nigel, Weymont,
Ox doesn't
Mac.
go in this because he's not in the fight.
August is on the other side,
Mhm.
right? With Weymont?
Let's.
Or is Weymont?
No, I'm in. I'm in. I was asked to come.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
we rock
that's right. So
paper scissors
August,
it.
you're okay. So Waymont's on this
Oh,
side.
right. I have
Okay,
the parrot too.
right. And the parrot, which I'm
But-
assuming goes on your turn.
Which, well, you still haven't given me what stats we want to use for him, so I don't have a
Oh,
sheet to use for him.
so between this game and next, can we set up a time to like make sure I do that?
Yeah, no, we can figure that out. For now, I will let you control the parrot in combat because I'm assuming he's just because I basically pointed and yelled "cat," and so he can just go eat.
Got it. All right. So River with a very high, I think 18. What you doing?
gonna whack one of the red-eyed dormice with the axe.
Okay. You have an axe on you?
Yeah, hand axe.
Oh, hand axe. Say, I'm imagining this big double-bladed war axe. I'm like, where did you hide that? Okay. never mind.
Morgana's going to get that for Christmas.
It's just what she asked for.
12 to hit.
Oh yeah, 12 will hit.
Oh. No raise ups.
No, I think you one shy of a raise.
$19 damage.
Ouch. One less dormouse.
Yeah, that dormouse has ceased to be.
Yes. It's not healthy for the dormouse.
I mean, especially
Morgana.
considering it's probably an iron axe, since it's what mostly would be used.
12 for melee weapons. So Morgana will step up and use
Skewer.
her rapier.
So skewer. Rapiers are good at skewering. All right. So you hit.
Hit, no, extras, 6 damage.
Awesome. Nigel, and I will roll for the parrot.
Yep.
Who has a name?
Hedron. And yeah, I'm just going to crack off a shot. Let me firearms. There it is. Well, that's not gonna help. I only got a 2.
Hedron did better than you. Hedron has managed to claw into one and has picked it up and is in the midst of seemingly flying really high with it. You're not sure if it's going to fly really high and tear it apart or fly really high and then drop it. Both of which seem to be very bird-like behaviors. And probably not healthy for that particular mouse.
And I'm just gonna let him have fun.
Weymont.
Right. Not 100% sure how I'm going to hit as many mice as there are. There's just tons of them.
Yes, there are.
So,
Oh, and unless otherwise stated, I'm assuming you're going and hitting their door nice, not your own.
Yeah.
I seem to recall. I seem to recall that last time I did a big illusion.
Yeah, and I think that did help spook some of them back.
Mm-hmm.
That and Max shout seemed to have spooked some back. And then the gun would seem to turn the wave because it seemed to heal a little bit over here.
I mean, this is such a melee that it's hard to think of what I'm going to do to, hit a lot of mice.
What AoE spells do you have?
Not many, really. Something I should perhaps remedy in future. For now, does anyone have any alcohol? Because I know I have matches.
Morgana might have a hip flask.
Right, see, I'm more thinking of a bottle here, but...
She's a proper lady. She doesn't carry a bottle.
River, do you have a bottle?
Oh, the proper
yes,
lady
River,
doesn't
you
carry the
seem like you
bottle.
might
Let's
be-
go ask River.
River, you might seem like an alcoholic or possibly a pirate. Do you happen to have a bottle of rum?
She'd probably have a bottle of bourbon.
That'll do. See? Vindicated.
We gotta talk about River and speaking to somebody if she's literally carrying a bottle of bourbon, a few guns, an axe. River, we're gonna have to send you for some counseling later. I just want you to know that.
Perhaps an intervention of some kind? Anyways.
Yeah, that's what we need.
If she has a bottle of bourbon, then the best and most experienced way to end all this would be to chuck that bottle of bourbon into the bunch of mice so that it smashes, and then chuck a match on it.
Understanding that if you
Alcohol
do that,
abuse.
you hit your own mice as well.
See, that is the big issue. Is there anyone who can tell the mice to get back?
You can yell that.
You can yell it, but
Will they understand me? They're mice. Right, okay.
Yeah, but they speak
I mean,
English.
they can write. Okay, things that you do know about the mice, they have communicated, maybe not as well as but they apparently can write and they can speak somewhat, and they have some sort of rules and codes. So
Okay. In that case, I will
how
shout.
well they understand?
Right. I will. Here's what we'll do then. I will take a handkerchief out my pocket. I obviously have one. I am a gentleman. I will uncork the bourbon and stuff the handkerchief in the top of the bottle. I will then light the handkerchief with my match, and I will shout to all the mice, "Everybody, get back!" Unless
Are you
you'll
gonna give like a round? Or
what's
are
that?
you gonna give them a round? Are you gonna give them
I'm
a
gonna.
round so they actually
I,
can?
yes, I'm gonna give them a round so that they can do this thing.
Okay. So you yell, "Everybody get back," and you have created multiple. I think we've learned a lot about some characters. Morgana's a lady; she has a flask. Waymont's a gentleman; he has a kerchief. River has a bottle of bourbon and a hand axe. So many discussions there, River.
I mean,
All right.
really, all of this just indicates that River's American.
As an American, I'm kind of okay with that. But okay, so Molotov cocktail achieved.
Yes.
Next round, the other dormice, seem to be looking at you, looking at the situation. Treat, 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 and seem to be backing off and away, if not truly running. Mac, you're up, sir.
Uh, so tactically, I don't know. We don't have a battle map or anything, but my intent is to be in the center of the fight, drawing the aggro of the other mice that were attacking and protecting ours, while flailing about. I've rolled battle shout, melee weapons, and swift kick. So whatever that adjudicates to, I'll try to pick the best spot in the middle to protect our mice.
All right, so you are in the middle, still using the battle shout to help drive back part of them, and using yourself literally as a barrier to give your guys' mice a place to hide behind.
That
And
would be, yeah,
gently okay, not gently, booting the other mice back as you can.
exactly. The battle shout roll was a 10.
Okay.
The melee weapons roll was a 25 with 24 damage. The swift kick was a 24 with 10 damage.
Well,
You're doing a fantastic job.
You got to wait for damage rolls because you may get raises.
Or just add 2 per raise.
Oh, well, there's some bonusy shit on there. I don't know. It just seems like Swarm.
You're good.
Yeah,
You're
I
good.
mean,
We're doing a
you're
storm. I got
obliterating
you.
some mice. Come on.
He's booting some mice, and he's booting some mice, and he's doing a good job of it.
Which totally fine if you roll that ahead time. Just you may want to wait for some of those in the future. I mean, these are mice; they're not going to have that much for hit points anyway.
No. Some of the mice do not survive being booted. That is true.
Hopefully, it makes the point that Mama's here. Mama's pissed off. Get behind me, and let's get this sorted out.
And it seems to have done fairly well between that and apparently the Molotov cocktail, which seems to have frightened several of the others. As your guys' dormice seem to be either getting behind or literally climbing up several of you, saying, "Mother, mother, mother, help," as they either climb or get behind you guys. Which sets us to, we could stay in melee or we can bounce out, because it seems like most of the others are retreating and most of yours are either getting behind or climbing on you. So how do you guys want to stay in melee or bounce out of it and go to a narrative?
So long as the fighting is dying down and they're being separated, I am fine with that. You know, whatever imposing presence this crazy troll is giving, we're separating to get it sorted, not murder hoboing.
Yeah,
At
I
least
mean, there's
from
no if they're running away, there's no reason even to keep the Molotov cocktail lit. But I will wait till they are gone before putting it out.
Yeah, between those two major threats and the fact that you guys are all there, because at this point the surprise round is gone and you guys are now here. The tides have turned. They are retreating. All right. So there's a few who may have tried to stupidly, bravely continue for a little bit, but the tides have turned. Either you guys or your mice seem to have overwhelmed those, and the fight's over very quickly at that point. But you are
Morgana will.
being climbed by these, let's just say, still not the prettiest creatures. They're pretty icky looking still, as a general rule. And so they are either behind or climbing on you, still saying things like, "Mother, mother, help. Yay, mother."
Glad I'm not there.
Mac has a first aid skill. Once things are like out of the combat, I'll tend to the wounded.
Never thought I'd have to act like an arsonist today, but here we are.
Yeah.
Needs
So,
must.
anyone else helping with first aid or medicine of any type of healing?
Did anybody on our side take damage?
think so.
No,
I
I
don't
think
think
you
they
guys
had any-
broke it up pretty fast.
I mean, I do have physician,
So are you
God,
helping heal
but I
Mike?
don't know how much physician skill I'm going to have. You know, how much that will apply to fairy mice.
Yeah, I mean, do you have physician or veterinarian?
Yeah, right.
Believe it or not, almost all those skills go kind of hand in hand. You're still allowed to try it.
Yeah.
It may not be as easy or as good, but sometimes the act of kindness is more important than how good you were at it.
No, that is fair and true.
Morgana will look at Weymont and ask, may I just talk about getting aid from spirits? I was expecting something a little bit more
Magical.
esoteric. Yes.
Listen, sometimes the simplest solutions are the best.
The right spirit for the right situation, I suppose.
knowledge rod animals to assist the physician.
Awesome. River's helping. Got it. So, Nigel, are you helping?
That would. I posted it in the chat.
Oh, okay. Well,
Uh,
I don't have the chat up all the time. I have to go back and peek. All right.
Morgana will try and gather some of the more less wounded mice and see if she can get a
Okay, got it.
explanation of what happened.
All right.
If you want me.
Got it. River and Nigel and Mac are helping assist. Very nice. Mac, if you want to roll your first aid, that's awesome too. And Morgana, you want to try to question the mice and see what happened.
Yes.
All right. So, what do you ask?
I'll hang about Ghana for this. This is kind of
I
interesting.
think. What happened? Who were they, and why did they attack?
Bad mice came. No mother.
So I'm
They
guessing these
are-
are the mice that are on your side, and those are the mice that are not on your side.
No one just kind of looks at you and goes, "Bad mice came."
And you are good mice.
And they nod at that.
And you better stay that way, otherwise Mother will be upset.
And they shake their head no at that. So the next thing is you start to get this chatter, and it's because there's several of them talking kind of at once. So it's
Yeah.
it's a little cacophony, but what you're totally gathering is they seem to have a fear of bad mice mother come.
Who
No
is
mother.
this?
Who do they? Do the bad mice have a mother? And Morgana will be attempting her best impersonation of a school teacher and be trying to get the mice to talk one at a time by sort of shushing them and pointing them, but trying to let them all at least say something if they want to.
Because there are a bunch of them, and it does help, and they do sort of respond to it, but it responds a lot like a preschool or kindergarten class. So
yeah.
Apparently, bad mice have mother, bad mice mother bad.
Is she like your old mother who we replaced?
And they're like, no, she's bad. You also get the word scary.
What was that name? So what was that word again?
Scary.
Scary, right.
Bad mice mother bad, bad mice mother scary.
Mac just turns to the party and says something along the lines of, if she's scary to these mice and she's a bad mother and she's like the cell that we took out, you know that it's spilling over on people in our world.
We don't know that for certain, and
I just raised my eyebrow at you. Leaving a nest of hostile fae around has a certain untidiness to it to make, especially if they're attacking those under our protection.
I get it.
All I will say is that fae politics, you guys don't know much about. When you first met these mice, you thought they were bad. Whether they are or not is still not necessarily completely a decided thing. So it's you guys are all in guess land. So you should decide that together on what your guesses are and what you want to do about it. Otherwise, I'm going to shut up and not interfere.
Right.
In general, I would say this is not our realm. It's not ours to clean up. Our role is to protect those that we're bonded with and to protect our own world. As long as they leave those alone, I don't see a reason to get involved.
So we just send a message to the other clan that just says, these are off limits, back off.
Essentially.
Morgana will gesture
probably
to
the
the dead
best
bad
idea.
mice on the floor. I think we already have to some degree.
Yes, very much.
That's a bit long of a message to put on a bullet.
Fair. So
maybe a rifle bullet.
One of the questions, Morgana, if you're in school teacher mode, is have they attacked before? And what's the history of the two tribes?
Yes, they are good. That's good questions. And how many of the mice tribes have ways to get to our world?
Well, good luck with that last one, but I think they should know their own history.
Yeah.
All right. So what are you question? What's the first question?
Mac, what was the first question? My brain has just gone.
Oh, my question was, have they attacked before? What's your
Yes, yeah. Have they? Yeah.
I would
have
like.
they attacked before?
For story purposes, I would. Does this tribe of Fae mice have a name? The one we're helping?
I think it would be a bad idea to ask them that. Fae and names.
No. I appreciate the protocol point, but it's
What?
How do they prefer to be called? You know.
Yes. What is their tribe known as?
What should we call you?
What should we? Okay, so which is a good way of wording it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which question are we going with first?
If the
I
question when you
think with
what the order of stuff was, I would like to know who they are, who the other people are, and what their history
yes,
is.
yeah, that sounds like a reasonable.
All right, so Morgana, you're going to ask because I need to know how you're phrasing stuff. Sorry, try again.
What should we call your tribe?
Yours.
Yours. Okay.
And they
And
all seem to be nodding at that. Yours.
ours.
Almost
Wonderful.
eagerly. Almost eagerly.
And those that attacked, what are they known as?
Bad.
And have they attacked before?
Long ago. Long ago.
Before
But
you
then
had
we
a
had
mother?
Mother. Yeah. Mother protect.
And your new mother's also protect.
And they seem to nod at that. Mother. Mother feed, mother protect. I do like the naming of them as August Army. I'm just saying. I feel like August will love that when he finds out. I just do.
Yeah, that's what you get for staying
Yeah,
away with
yeah, no.
You're not there. You don't have a vote, August. Shouldn't. Peanut
Gosh
gallery.
darn it.
Next
Everybody
time you'll go and be like, wait, I vote against that. See?
No, it's like
Nah, they're creepy little horrible things.
That's what you get for not being involved in this nonsense. Is the nonsense may come knocking.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the nonsense can go and do one.
She just wants them in her hair. That's all it's about. But yeah, it's like the old joke where everybody steps. They've asked for volunteers. Everybody steps back one and leaves
Right.
you stand. And she's not there to.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Not
yeah.
there to, yep. All right. So we were at, have they attacked before? Long ago.
No.
Was it when you had Mother? Apparently it was
And
before they had a mother.
so
And
Morgana,
now that they didn't have a mother, they were attacked again.
And because you had a change of mother, they attacked now because they thought you may not have someone to protect you?
No mother. Not safe. Mother here, safe.
can you, Morgana, can you ask about the enemy general?
Yes. Morgana will nod. What do you know of the bad mice's mother?
Very bad. And you can actually somebody had where they can read like the emotion a bit.
Yes.
Empathic
There
sense.
was empathic sense. Give me a sec.
Empathic sense, thank you. So, sorry, stupid brain, but that you might, I'm not telling you what to do or not do. I'm just saying that might
No.
not hurt.
That's not a bad plan. Let's a poor 4, unfortunately.
They're very obviously shaken up by bad mother. So you're gonna get on a 4.
Yeah.
I thought it might be Morgana a springboard to finding out if she's also mucking about on the other side. There's a lot of people that can disappear in London. Just like these guys did, you know.
Yep.
Does their mother hunt like your old mother did?
They're kind of chattering, and it's not a very good direct response.
Not
And you're
sure.
not really
That's
sure
fine.
what it means.
That's fine. They yeah.
Why
They're
were there
probably-
So you definitely get their mother feeds them.
But where she's getting the food from is a different matter.
And
What does their
so
mother feed
either
them?
where or how.
Yeah.
What does their mother
Yeah.
feed them? That's a good question.
Yes.
Weymont coming in clutch with the questions. What does
Yeah.
their mother feed them?
It's a very good question. I'm going to give Morgana another chance at that empathic sense.
That would be a 14.
That's very good and very helpful to what they're going to get. So you're going to get, and this is weird for you, okay? Because empathic sense gives you kind of a feel. It's not truly like being able to actually see inside someone's mind, right?
Yeah.
But in this case, you pretty much get like a sight into, and you know how they get like an object and they took all the negative energy out of it and it seems to have
Yeah.
made it a good thing?
Yep.
They're getting something good in taking the energy out of it. But you're getting flashes of different things, and you would say that having the good sucked out of most of these things was not a good thing for the
Yeah.
world. Including, you're pretty sure in one of the flashes you saw a baby. So we'll just call it not good.
Mac somehow controls his surprise, shock, and dismay.
Yeah.
So I have a question as a player. Is this group mercenary because we're paid, or are they kind of somewhere on the mercenary to heroic do-gooder spectrum? What's the vibe here?
I think we mostly land on the do-gooder spectrum, but there's also a level of not wanting to end up stuck in the middle of Fey politics.
That's, I mean, the main thing is this is not our world.
I don't know. It maybe
Of which
I think
Nigel. Okay, I was going to say, which Nigel has a very valid point. It's not your world, so how to and is hard. But Mac also has a valid point. But I will also say, historically speaking, if the Fae have, if according to Max, if the stories are correct, the Fae have been involving themselves in mortal things for a very long time.
Yeah, I was gonna
You
say
guys
our
are never
worlds
going
are-
to
yeah.
totally end that, but what you can and can't affect. Yeah. So again, this isn't a you has to or doesn't has to.
I mean, we're bonded to these mice, so we're obligated to
I-
protect them. We're filling that role. If
I-
the aggressors come into our world, then absolutely, we'll bring the hammer down. But unless and until that happens, and we, have something solid to point to it, I don't know that we necessarily need to involve ourselves more than that.
Did you share the image of the baby getting drained?
No, not yet. No, that's Morgana will have mentioned that they seem to feed on the other mice feed on bad things, but won't have shared the images she saw.
I thought they fed on good things.
They feed on good things. Yes, sorry, that's me
I guess
picking the
And I
wrong
will
word.
say, Morgana, that was a lot of little images to try to sort through. That may
Yeah.
take you a moment to get through all
So
of that and to come up with a thought process there.
I
My-
think the best thing we should do is talk to our contacts in the Grail Knights.
You think so?
I think this falls under their jurisdiction, and
You're
they don't
probably
need
right.
us starting a war with various factions of Fairy and it following us back to London and them having to tidy up a mess. I would rather get them involved as early as possible,
That makes sense to me.
given they were quite happy with the idea of being able to use our dear little friends here to remove negative energies from items they need cleaning. They probably need to know about things that are feeding. They probably need to know about these things because they will be much better placed to keep a watch for it, and they will be much better placed to deal with it than we are.
Okay, as a warrior, my thought is if you come after mine, you got to be sent a message back in some way or other. If you guys don't want to get involved, then my thing is these mice are turning to us for protection, so they need a better way to communicate with us when stuff goes down to send the alarm so we can get to them, so we can respond more quickly when there's an attack. If there's a repeated set of attacks, we're going to have to manage it. But if you want to go, let me finish. If you want to go Grail Knights with this thing, I'll deal with it so long as what we are protecting is protected and we have rapid response lined up.
Agreed.
I personally believe that the message should be more clearly communicated rather than one sorte being rebuffed. I think there just has to be a détente treaty with those who are attacking you, or they're just going to wait for opportunity and then go.
They
No, he's got a
I'm
point.
willing to try diplomacy.
Well, we could go and pay a visit, but let's try and keep it polite. And I would suggest to our mice that if you want to contact us, if you could use, you can contact me through the mirror I carry. She will show them her little mirror.
Okay.
Okay, so sorry. So you have decided you're showing them your compact.
Yes, because
Okay, and then what was the question? I was trying to stay out of your guys' thought process, and I missed.
can they contact me through this mirror?
And they kind of like point at it, Mother. Tell Mother?
Yes, if you need our help again to protect you, send the message through this mirror.
Can we go through that mirror to get back to them for rapid response? Is that something magically?
I've been pulled. The first time I got pulled here, I was pulled here through this mirror.
Okay, cool.
Through your compact?
Yes.
Yes,
That must
and
have
then
been
Doesn't
we
have to be a large
and then
surface.
we had to go in after.
Mirrors work. Nobody ever said the mirror had to be the correct size. It's think Alice in Wonderland and some wibbly wobbliness.
All right.
Magic.
I
if the
mean,
party-
it's magic. Fine.
If the party wants to go to the Grail Knights and let them know about this unrest and that there's another active cell of mice, I would like to just spend a little role playing time. Doesn't have to be table time, but role playing time, explaining to the mice how to set up a defensive perimeter, and then an alert system to let us know when they need the help that they need. If in that conversation I can find out, I know you were using just as a role playing thing, their red eyes, but I'll try to get some sense for the red eye tribe, the black eye tribe, the whatever else is around them that may be threats to them, just as background familiarity.
Just to throw out there for this, I on board with what you're doing. Just in character, I would put this to you. Remember, they seem to have the intelligence of children, so put it in those terms.
Yeah, children have been made into soldiers for millennia.
Teach them how to make a safer den for themselves.
Don't know if I'm okay with that sentiment, but
That is somewhat
I don't disagree
right,
either.
but usually those soldiers for millennia have been closer to the 10-12 range than the preschool kindergarten range. However,
that's why child armies never work.
they can be trained to do certain things. As a GM, this is what I'm going to tell you. While you're inside the wibbly wobbly structure, it's if you try to go outside the wibbly wobbly structure into really what becomes more of a Fey realm, it's very hard, and you're going to have to do some willpower saves if you go out there.
I'm fine staying in. I just want them to if someone was bullying a kid that I was
Crip
protecting,
lines,
you know,
so that they can have like an alarm system, things like that.
Well, that and how to deal with bullies, like with strength and when to know to retreat, when to get the others. I mean, it's these sort of basic. Like if it was a schoolyard and there was it's a reality that kids have to deal with, unfortunately. And the point is that those who are under my protection are going to get guidance to do it well.
All right, so here's my couple. As far as, and this should help you with maybe marking some stuff, you might have some, I don't know if you have tactics or anything like that with your military background that might help.
I have life in the military as a knowledge skill for flavor. I think this is more warrior half magic in my mind, or just vibe. I don't need a mechanical thing. It's how
No, I get that.
You know how it.
I'm just trying to get a sense of how well it translated to them in a stat format.
Do you want me to make like a charisma with life in the military or a warrior half magic?
Let's try that.
All right.
Whichever one is highest and best for you, you let me know what you're using and we'll make it work.
Okay.
So similar to a half magic, we're just
we're
playing
unfortunately
what you
half
have.
magic doesn't exist in this game.
Yeah.
because
Well, I
magic's
But
just
not
what,
that
find
what
that
we
high.
can do is we can use whatever skill you have and be like, that may be a little harder or a little closer to the mark. So
yeah,
roll
I
what you got.
just find it a convenient GM convenience to use half magic terms. You know what I mean?
Oh
I
yeah,
rolled a,
yeah.
yeah, I rolled
Yeah.
a 9. So whatever 9
Okay,
does.
that's not bad. That's not
I
bad.
mean,
You think that most of them are getting most of what you're putting down.
Alright, sounds
Others
great.
of them are, again, their attention span not being so great, doing things like climbing all over river stuff, because that's interesting, and
Um,
trying to get their hands on to look at and pass around, and you don't want to say play with, but kind of play with your compact. Do you let them
That's
have
fine.
it?
I will let them examine it, but she's going to keep hold of it.
you know, if you really wanted to go down this route, we could go to like a toy store and get like a ton of small metal swords.
Okay, I'm going to question the wisdom of arming children that can make things magical with little toy swords, which would then wind back up in our world.
You're teaching them how to make
As
booby
a GM,
traps.
I love it.
Can I just question the wisdom of all of this? Just saying.
I
No,
mean,
August is on the
sure you
other
can
side of that
question.
mirror, so August has to sit there.
Sure, you can question the wisdom of all of this, but the fact is that I'm just sitting here watching this happen, so I might as well go along for the ride at this point.
Wait. You're just sitting there watching August's army improve. Yeah.
Exactly.
Does anyone have any paints or pigments?
Well, no, but I'm sure we can get some.
Uh,
Well, what is your plan here? Are you going to make little banners for them?
Actually, not far off. I was going to mark.
Please, gods, no.
I was going to mark their get them to mark the outside of their layer with a symbol that says they have someone in charge of them, because that may work as a representation. They've now got somebody protecting them.
Possibly like like a flag that they can hang up.
Well,
A flag.
given Morgana has access to a coat of arms,
Oh, I mean that works.
Do not
I don't-
use
What do
the
you guys think
Wentworth
about that?
coat of arms. Your
August,
brother will
shush
kill
it.
you.
Shush it
she
on your
might just
side of the mirror.
No,
Shush
this is Mordecai.
no. She might actually,
Doesn't
given
matter.
she
He's
probably
got
has some
hair
lipstick.
either.
She has some lipstick in red. She might use something and do an approximation of the wheat sheaf on that coat of arms.
All right. So, in answer to your question, I have candles that could be melted to make a wax material. I have grease with soot, salve, face paint. I have pieces of chalk and charcoal pencils. I have a notebook with several pencils. So there's, I don't know that that's art
Yeah.
supplies-ish, but you're welcome to whatever you want from the bag.
Yeah, or at least something simple like that, because that's a doable mark to mark
I
our
use it
territory.
for like face paint under the eyes, like a football player.
Yeah.
But no, whatever.
But an outline and colouring it in with some of her makeup would work.
Well,
Well,
this
we'll,
is
we'll,
the
we'll keep,
strangest thing I've done today. Okay.
well, dude, I'm not according to the internet, but we're not going to go there. We'll teach them the letter A for August and Army as part of their.
Let's not call it after August. He doesn't need that.
For a given definition of strange, Drew.
Welcome to my world.
You could go off people, you know.
So that happened.
But just a simple mark they can put up as a symbol to go, this is these people's territory, and that may show that they have somebody protecting them. That's all I'm thinking with that, because
Andy,
let us not go outside, for it is wibbly wobbly.
Yeah, Andy, you said something earlier that I didn't understand, which is, did we make arrangements in a previous game that the Grail Knights would give them negative stuff and then they would drain it? Is that something?
Yes.
We did.
Mhm.
Okay.
I
Yes,
think that
I
may have
think
been before you
Morgana
joined us.
and Nigel.
All right. So
Yeah.
then,
I think
when-
Morgana and Nigel because they don't know how hungry the dormice are, and
Yeah.
when I think that they were explained somewhat to the Grail Knights, the Grail Knights were like, because there are things that have been used in bad stuff that, much like, again, not that this is the correct 1879 terms, but Erton S terms,
Yeah.
could create such a negativity that it will like draw other negative things to it
Right.
and
I'm
create
all about I'm all
bad.
about the cycle, natural cycle, and recycling, and going to source and all that. That's great. But I do want to ask the mice how that's going. If the Grail Knights are mean to them, or if they're okay.
I'm not sure if the Grail Knights have given us a lot yet, because it's something we'd be passing on. They passed to us to pass on, I think,
okay.
was the deal.
It just
Yeah.
raised a red flag when someone's using a kid for something like that. I just want to check in and make sure the kid's okay. That's all I.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know that at this point, because I'm trying to think. I think you were there, but I think you may have missed it because I'm pretty sure you were here
Yeah, no, it
for
was in
the
his
beginning
first
of the
thing.
Dormice stuff.
It sounds vaguely familiar, but it's been a
Yeah.
month since we played. Like, I can't keep track.
Right.
Of,
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The
But yeah,
deal
that's what I was
was,
saying. I do believe you were here, but you just may not remember because it was one of those details that could have gotten slipped up, and it's been a
Yeah.
Oh
month.
no, I'm very sure this was before he joined because we brought him
No,
in character
No.
specifically after all of that
No, it-
stuff went down
No,
because we needed.
no, the
I think he was here
dormice.
for it
The
because
dormice
he
Drew
was
was
here
here
when you
for.
guys were
Yeah.
brought through the mirror.
It
For
doesn't matter.
court.
As long as I'm up to speed.
He was here for court. So
yeah,
all right.
it was the August the 11th session it happened on.
So if Mac asks about the food, you guys will know, and they will show you a ring that the Holy Grail gave you guys, and they will show you the ring, and the ring here, because you're not in the real world, you're in the Fey world, is almost glaringly bright right now. Like it almost hurts your eyes. It's like maybe we don't look at the sun so much.
Yeah.
Bright, and they're like
I was,
yummy, and they hand it back to you, Mac.
And the ring back to me.
You asked,
Well,
so they
I
handed
just
it to
want
you, and they said yummy,
Okay.
and they hand it to you.
Okay.
Is-
I thank them for sharing, because sharing is caring, and we're in kindergarten. But I was like, hey, so you're well fed, and the Grail Knights are being nice to you. That's nice. Keep eating the negative and returning it to source. That's very good.
yes. Is there still food in this?
And pretty much you
Pointing at
get
the ring.
yummy, and they hand it back to Mac.
Oh,
So are you finished? Are you finished eating the negative in the ring?
And they kind of nod at you.
Okay. I
thank
think
you, good children.
good. I thank them. Well. Do we have anything else we can give them to eat?
Mm,
River, did you have a gun that was used
Yeah,
for something?
yeah. I think River already was giving them a gun.
Yeah, River already gave him a gun a little bit ago.
Okay. All right. So they've got something to eat. Well, then I will, as long as they're okay, I thank them very much for this. And then I discreetly, which of the mages has astral sight or something? What do you do with
I
something?
think
mean,
we'll be better off
we-
waiting until we're out of the Fey realm
Yeah.
to look at it. But yes,
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
Thank you.
looking at anything with astral sight in here is going to cause a massive headache.
Yeah.
All right. We're good. I this is not Mac's specialty. I'm relying on the experts here, and I thank them. And as long as they're fed, we're good. Thank you.
Yep,
Thank you
I think then we ask the mice to send us back home, to send us back home, because they're the ones who can do it.
Just to tease the mages, I will gently rub my pocket and say, "My precious."
That's not going to mean anything. The books haven't been written yet.
Yes, but the players all get it, and we can
Yeah.
all laugh too. All right. They basically usher you through a doorway that doesn't look like a mirror, but you pop up. You are nowhere where you were before. You do recognize that you are in London. Just it might take a moment to realize we're in London. So
Streetwise?
really quick before I mess up on bookkeeping, River, Nigel, and Drew all get 5 permanent hit points.
Oh, all right then.
I love it. The durability thing.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Morgana.
Yep.
Your diplomacy went up by a rank.
Ooh. I will note that as a bonus rank.
Uh-huh. And Weymont.
Yes.
I'm trying to think what you get, but you get a boon. And I didn't. I'm trying to think what you would have done that would have earmarked them for a boon. But you did ask such a great question, so I'm trying to think about how
Well,
to turn
He had the
that into a boon.
Molotov.
Yeah, there's the really good questions in the Molotov. I'm trying to think of how to
You could
make
give him
that
the
your
blast.
boon.
You could give him the blast spell.
Yeah, teach me a spell.
You know what? You got it. You now have the blast spell. You're welcome. Your GM is kind and lovely.
Weymont
And
now gets
August,
Fireball.
and August just gets none of this shit, and we all end up winning.
Okay, that's not my
Yep.
fault. I do recall me trying to suggest that August could go with and being overridden because I can't. Don't yell at me.
No,
I'm
no,
not
that's
yelling at you.
we're
I wasn't.
I'm
I-
comfortable with this.
Yeah,
I think August not having to deal with the mice is a big enough prize for him.
Hey,
Yes,
August.
absolutely.
By the way, they have a name now.
Now,
Yeah.
here's a little brain teaser for you. All of the spells in the book have a base spell. In this case, it would be blast, right? But what is the name of the spell actually that
Oh,
Weymont now
That-
knows?
it's going to be a known
it's
as
called
variant.
Mouse Pride. It's called Dormouse Pride. That's what it's called. That's what you're getting. That's the name of it.
Dormouse Pride, the blast spell.
Yep.
And,
I see.
And August
That's what
did
you
get an
get.
army.
No,
That's
August
okay.
did not get an army.
August got an army. That's true. I like that. That's very good. That's what August got. Yes, August did. And by the way,
Whatever.
that spell may or may not react differently in the real world than it does the Fey world. You're welcome. The GM giveth and the GM fucketh. That's what you get.
So what
And
you're
just
saying is
added
that
the
this.
TH is not a true curse word. I just want you to know that, Brad.
So what you're saying
I'll
is
tell
that
that to
it would
YouTube.
be worthwhile for me to learn the actual blast spell as well.
Well,
I'm
you can
just
learn
saying
other
we'll see
variants.
what happens. I'm just saying we'll see what happens when you use it in the real world versus what happens when you use it there. It doesn't mean that it doesn't do what you think it will here. It just doesn't necessarily mean what it will. Yeah, you'll have to use it and see. Smarty pants.
Okay. Yeah. Well, in that case, I'll keep
say
that under
FO.
advisement. I'm not filling in a goddamn thing about the spell till I see what it does.
You could also do things like, I don't know, arcanic thought in the process. There's a skill for this. For learning magic-y junk.
You
One of you
mean
two even has
Magical theory.
Magical theory, yeah.
magical? I
There
do
is.
have magic theory. Yes, it is one of my
You
best skills, in
could.
fact.
You could use some magical theory to think about it if you wanted to.
Are
And
you a
see if you could
mage,
narrow it
Chris?
down.
Wait, Waymont's a mage?
I know, right?
I'm just suggesting that if you're
as
nervous,
surprising as always being an investigator. Gotta say.
hey,
Anyways,
investigator with their own Dormouse army. That needs to now be part of the pen.
No.
what's going on in the card? Right.
Put it on the
Anyways,
card.
you want me to roll magic theory then?
You can whenever you choose to.
I will
Is-
choose. I choose to. Oh, I choose to.
For those who are Earth Dawn familiar but not 1879 familiar, is magic theory pattern craft? Is that the same
Sort
thing?
of.
Sort of.
Not really,
Similar.
actually.
Okay.
Pattern craft
Yeah.
is much higher and much more advanced. Magic theory exists in Earth Dawn as a skill.
Yeah. A knowledge
Yeah.
skill.
Yeah, so no, we patterns aren't really. I mean, it kind of is a
Okay.
thing, but the magic level hasn't developed to the point where we can really even perceive patterns, let alone try to learn to work with them.
Andy?
We can't weave threads yet, so
So
Yeah,
on a
we
much
haven't
more
got the
layman's term, in layman's terms, it's sort of. It is a skill, but it helps you to determine what magic doesn't do, how it may or may not work. So
Yeah.
it is similar to pattern craft in that idea. So yes,
it's.
but it's a skill, not a
But again, magic theory exists in Earth Dawn as well, so it's basically a lesser version of pattern craft, if you want to put it in those terms.
It would seem to me in the campaign setting as well, it would be there's less data to draw from, like the robustness.
very much so.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Very
Anyways,
much
Andy. So for magical theory, I have a D10 and I have a D8. On the
Oh no, not
D10,
with the D8s again.
on the
Uh-uh.
D10, I got a 4.
Good.
On the D8, I got a
Damn it.
39.
I knew it. As soon as you started talking about D8, I knew it. Knew it. Oh, all right.
Totally got
So
a
here's the thing.
43.
43. Yeah.
Nice roll.
Yeah. I knew it. I knew it. Oh, all right. So, Weymont, you are very, very, very sure as you can be with it being Fae, right? That in the real world, it should work like Blast. There should not be any real issue with how you do the spell.
Right.
You're also very, very, very sure that on the other side, it's wibbly wobbly.
Hopefully, wibbly wobbly
It
around your
will
allies.
probably work correctly. However, you have a feeling that the mice themselves may shape how that works there. Or maybe how
Interesting.
that looks there. But as far as on this side, you're very sure it should work properly.
Okay. Interesting. I don't believe any other mage has ever had a spell like this before. It could be worthy of some
No,
research.
you're basically an expert in this already. Sort of. Since you're the only one and you know something. That makes you the expert, right? It's like,
Yeah, I guess.
I got 4 answers right on the math test, but nobody else got 1, so I'm the expert. But
Yeah.
you go. Yeah.
Or the most knowledgeable.
Isn't that the expert? The person with the most knowledge?
I mean,
Maybe.
I'm thinking about it. The person who created fire was obviously the original expert in fire.
Until somebody else developed more knowledge. Yes.
Exactly. But until that happens, they're the expert. So Weymont is the absolute definitive current expert in Dormouse is what was it? Dormouse's fire? Whatever it was. Yeah. Absolute original expert on it.
I mean, I'm gonna call it Dormouse Fire now since you said that.
Okay. Was that better than the original one?
You said
Probably,
Dormouse's pride before.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
that's right. I
fire
like
has
that.
more to.
It actually, yes, but pride actually ties into partially the Fey realm part of it. That was why. There was a
Okay,
reason. I actually had her Dormouse's pride. That's right.
fine.
Because like I said, what you think is that somehow the Dormice may shape that on the other side.
Right. But it's absolutely a blast spell in the real world.
Yep.
Anyway,
Got it.
now that we're back in the physical realm, Mac, if you do want me to take a look at that ring, I can give that a look, see.
Yeah, we can have a
While you're
look at
doing
it.
that,
That'd be
let's
great.
navigate back and go and get back to River's house so we can let
I think
let
it might be a
know
good
we're
idea
safe.
to look at it so we know what we're carrying around real quick.
I'm absolutely fine with that. This is not Mac's expertise.
Well, if we're in a good enough neighborhood where we can summon taxis, Morgana can go summon a taxi while you look at the ring.
That's fine. So yeah, I rolled my astral sight. I got a 16.
Okay. You want to get some magical theory to see if you can decipher that?
Yep, I can throw that in. I just wanted to make sure before I did the roll.
No, you're doing great. Absolutely great.
Just checking if there's like bonuses or anything. 8 on the magic theory.
Oh, right, bonuses. Goodness, I'm bright today. You can re-roll that and give yourself a +2 step.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I forgot.
No, that's okay.
It's not a combat situation, but it still does happen. You're correct.
That one was cut. 16 on that as well.
Good job. All right. So the ring itself seems to it's weird. When you look at it in the astral, it's almost kaleidoscopy, which is okay. A lot of the things in the astral aren't normal, but that's just even weird for the astral, right? Which would also possibly explain why it was so shiny it almost hurt to look at there. But if you're getting this together correctly, it basically seems to make you better at something. But the something may be tied to either whatever the dormouse did to it, so whatever they want, or possibly whatever the person itself wants. So out of character terminology, it's going to give the wearer basically a +1 or a +2 in a skill. But the +1 or the +2 depends on if you allow the dormouse to pick your skill or if you pick your skill. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, I
So
got it.
I will relay that and hand the ring back over. The mice gave it to you, so it's yours. Just
Okay, out of character,
bear in
as a
mind,
GM, the Grail Knights gave it to you to give to the mice.
right? So I was gonna say, bear in mind, the Grail Knights handed it over first, so we may have to contend with that. But it's max to carry right now.
That part, yes. And I'm not saying that means that they're going to demand it back. I don't know that when they handed things to you, that because nobody knew you got stuff back, so they may
No,
not be expecting anything back.
Yeah, absolutely. So I will let him deal with that as it goes. And I was intending to say that I was just that's yours. They handed it to you. It's yours to deal with right now.
Okay.
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure that people remember that. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No. I got there. I was in the middle of saying it. So
You are absolutely perfect. I'm sorry.
Yeah. What does it
Okay.
look like?
It actually in the real world, it's nowhere near as shiny or glinty. It pretty much looks like you're not even sure that it's silver, kind of almost a pewtery junk metal looking thing with what looks like little green glass chips in it that just kind of make like a channel ring, so it's just kind of inset with that little green glass. It's a very unassuming piece of costume jewelry.
Okay, gotcha. All right, well, thank you. I will put it on my melee weapons primary sword hand, and I will think about in my heart what it was like for me to see what I look. Mac's thing is for role playing that he doesn't. When people judge by the way you look, as opposed to the choices you make or the behaviors you're guided into learning through leadership or growth or whatever, that's a thing for him. And he's looking at these mice as, they are who they are. They were taught to eat good things, and now they're learning to eat negativity to recycle it back, which is awesome. So it's like, I look at them for their potential and who they are. And so I'll think about that as I put the ring on, and the protective instincts they riled up in him when they were being attacked.
Okay. So is he letting the dormice pick or is he picking himself?
In general, I'm happy with mice picking something if they're there. If not, I'm just gonna wear it.
Okay.
Something like I need to
So
assign it.
you put it on
Yeah.
and you have let's see. What charismatic base skill sets does he have?
Not a lot. The one he was using in front of the mice was Battle Shout.
All right. His battle shell improves by 2 ranks.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. You guys are heading back to go get August.
Yep.
August.
I'm gonna have to spend a bunch of legend points to catch up with you guys.
Yep.
August.
Yes, Ref.
Excuse me. It has been a long time. Because this was what? The afternoon, early evening?
Mm-hmm.
If I remember right? It's been all night. You've had tea. You had biscuits. You waited some more. It's probably been 24 hours. Did you, in that 24 hours, go somewhere to get something or try to go find somebody else or try to call someone? Or did you wait? Because time is wibbly wobbly.
He will have waited because when the mice, as much as he doesn't want anything to do with this, but when the mice contact us, it's via the mirrors, so he doesn't
Waiting
tend to
at the
carry
mirror.
a mirror with him. So, yeah,
So
he
you're
will have
waiting by the
stayed.
mirror in case they write something back to you somehow?
Yeah, stayed in
Gotcha.
place, and if he needed to go and answer the call of nature and all that, or eat something. Not that I think that River's got much in from what she said previously, but
She'd have a
So,
lot of dried trail rations, fruits, and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
some tea, maybe a coffee.
Yeah.
All right. So it doesn't, I mean, it's for you, it's been forever. The rest of you, it
Mhm.
doesn't take that long to get like a taxi and steam coach and head back. So I will let you guys go back to River's house.
We're back.
Maybe tell August that you're back in
Yes. Head inside, I guess.
Good. Yeah.
Which will possibly make him jump if he's had a nap.
Yep.
Hello, August. We're back.
Excellent.
How are you doing?
A little tired.
How long have we been gone
Yes.
on this side?
Hang on a sec.
How long have you been waiting?
Well, it's now Monday.
What?
Oh.
I thought we were going about 10 minutes.
No, best part of a day, I think. Well, 24
Wait,
hours.
Wait, it's Monday? Because we left on a Friday.
It's like 3 days.
No, we left on the Sunday.
Oh, right. Okay. It's only.
Not
Oh,
according to my notes. Oh, wait.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, according to my notes, we left on a Friday.
Oh, was it?
Friday, July 29th.
Sorry. The last, I've got Sunday, the 10th of July is the last date
Yeah,
I can see in our notes.
Yeah, no, because
on
we
the-
had a time skip because we did like training and stuff. So no, it was Friday, July 29th.
Oh, right, okay. Scratch that. August wouldn't have said Monday. He would have said Saturday.
Although it could have been funny for August to fuck with you guys and tell you it's been 4 days, but
Well, it is
it's been
true.
3 years.
Yeah.
You should just put on like a beard.
No, he comes back on the anniversary of our disappearance. Each year for the last decade.
there you go. That would have been funny.
It would have been, but yeah, he's not quite that whimsical. Sorry. Sorry to disappoint. Other characters,
These
sure.
investigators and the lack of a sense of humor.
I never said he was lacking in
Investigator
sense
took a
of
dormouse
humor.
army with a lack of sense of humor. Getting to be a long card.
Yeah, no, it's been best part of 24 hours, so it's now
Oh.
Saturday.
Anything problematic happen at this side, or was that just for us?
Well, I didn't get any messages on the mirror, which is kind of why I stayed here, so... Mostly because I wasn't entirely sure how people were going to contact us, but I know the mice use the mirrors, so...
No, well, they brought us back, but their sense of bringing us back wasn't to the same place.
Fair enough.
Could have been worse. Could have ended up in Australia.
Yeah, where did we show up anyway?
Oh, somewhere out off the Thames.
Thames.
That's that one.
Did
Yes,
we
they
come
Off
out?
the river.
Did we come out of a
Off
different
the
mirror?
Thames. Yes. But I decided I didn't want it to be a big hassle. Nobody was in that building, and you just came out through a mirror.
Yeah.
Fair enough. At least we didn't come out in like America or something.
Oh no, I just
That's it. Could have been Australia. Could have been
Don't
a
give her
mirror that
ideas.
was made in Britain and was in London and just went with some family to the US or Australia. And you're like,
Honestly,
I
there would have
don't
been worse
know.
places to come out. We could have come out in Africa. We could have come out in Japan, which is currently on
Port
the
Alice.
Sengoku period, I believe.
Port
Don't give her
Alice would have been
ideas.
pretty
Well, if
bad.
it's through a
I'm
mirror, we at
told
least have
that-
a good chance that it's coming out somewhere where there's society around. You don't find a lot
That's
of
true.
mirrors just sitting out in nature.
No.
Nope, that's just creepy if you ever do. If you're walking around in the middle of the woods and there's just a mirror there, probably not good.
Don't
Just saying.
interact with it. That's just rules for life.
Right?
Yes,
Like,
it brought
that's
us
just
out
like-
it brought us out on the edge of. We came back to the edge of Chelsea, so
which now seems like the best, funniest thing to ever do is to take a big mirror, make it look like a fancy mirror, right? Put it out in the middle of the woods with some of the cameras and just see what happens when people trigger it, like game cameras. Yeah. And just watch people weird out over it. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
That would
Like
be
a full
funny.
skill on that.
yeah.
All right.
And plant a ring of
But like
mushrooms around it.
Yeah, or put a swing next to it. Just a
That would be just a little nice like swing. Just
yeah. Little old swing, maybe a slide.
No, I'm telling you, ring of mushrooms around it. If you're anywhere where somebody who knows stuff about Fae, they will freak the hell out.
yes.
Yeah, don't make it creepy.
No,
Yeah, don't make it
just
weird.
no.
Yeah, don't make it too creepy with the, the swings and the everything. Just,
Like, it's a mirror out in the woods. I thought creepy was the point.
Look,
intriguing. Make it intriguing.
you put a mirror in the
That needs
woods
to be
and surround it
creepy.
with mushrooms. We're going
It
to
can be
summon more
intriguing
Fae,
and creepy.
and we're trying to avoid that, people.
I just want to point out, I put into Google, animals find mirror in forest, and scientists have placed mirrors in the forest to observe how animals react to their reflections. Animals that have been tested in mirrors are dolphins, elephants, chimpanzees, magpies, manta rays, which have self-recognition, jungle cats, pigs, and others. I don't know if you found this information useful, but I'm sure there's some YouTube videos you can watch to see manta rays bumping against themselves in a mirror.
I
I
actually
like
now
the
want to see that.
I kind of like the idea of a manta ray sort of looking at itself in a mirror and deciding it's beautiful and then swimming off happily.
Fortunately, I don't
See,
know that
I-
we're
I
going to find a
currently
lot of
want
manta
to,
rays in the forest.
Like, I almost want to end or pause so I can go look up manta rays looking at themselves in mirrors. Just saying. I'm not going to do it, but I don't want to now.
Well, now you're scared. You get what you're doing on the break.
Yes.
Anyway, so now that we're reunited with August, do we want to go talk with our Grail Knight contacts, or do we want to do something else first?
I think we send a message to the Grail Knights and tell them that we need a word, and Morgana will pick a decent pub, and that we'll be there for certainly into the evening.
We may want to let them pick the pub because they may have additional security.
Well, we can send a message and we can tell them they can contact us at that pub, and if they want to come there and meet us, they can. If they want to tell us to come somewhere else, they can do that as well. but I think we all deserve this drink of our choice. Though we should probably keep Weymont away from the bottles of spirits.
Doesn't River have to refresh her bourbon, or did it not get spilled?
It didn't get spilled.
Didn't get thrown.
All right.
Not trusting Weymont with my bottle again.
Wait, are you not trusting Weymont with your bottle again because it didn't get thrown?
No, because you were going to throw it.
It was the fastest. I would have bought you another one.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Are you not trusting with it because he was going to throw it and he didn't, and you wanted to see the fire?
No.
Chris will tell you can always pass a Scotsman a bottle of whiskey and it'll never be touched. Right, Chris? Isn't that correct?
Yeah, but bourbon's not safe.
Oh, fair.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to Scots, I think you can be pretty sure that if there's some alcohol content, they will give it a try just for science, you know.
Yeah,
mean,
but
I don't drink.
I think that's just humans in general, though.
He
Isn't
drinks
it?
iron brew.
Fair.
I drink iron brew.
It's green.
No, it's orange.
Orange.
It's
No,
orange.
not
Bright
that.
orange.
Speak of the Star Trek reference.
I understand, and I was correcting you appropriately.
I was saying something
It's
separate.
Romulan ale. What? I'm pretty sure green is Romulan ale.
No, Romulan ale is blue.
Yeah, blue for
They
Romulan.
established later in TNG it's Aldebaran whiskey.
Oh.
Because, you know, of course they did.
And of course, I know that.
Such a geek.
All right. So, so you contact the Holy Grail?
The Grail,
Grail
the
Knights?
Grail Knights.
So if
They
you're
are
all going
very
to the
curious to talk about whatever
pub.
you want to talk about. You guys always bring them such interesting things.
Yes.
So if
Sorry,
you're all
what?
going to the pub, does anybody mind if I go and actually have some sleep?
No, not at all. I mean, you've been
No.
waiting for like 24 hours.
Thank you.
Do you go home or do you crash at Rivers? Because you are pretty tired. It's been
I will go home.
okay. So you guys set the meeting for the next day sometime
Yeah.
at their convenience, something like that.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. If I remember right, your contact was Angela.
Yes. That sounds right.
So she's there with a couple of other knights that you don't recognize. She ushers you guys into kind of a back room at this pub, private room.
Mhm.
And she's like, it's been a minute, but not that long. What have you gotten yourselves involved with now?
Well, you know the mice we discussed last time.
Yes. I would say curiouser, but
Well, they sent us a message of distress. Some of us went through to assist, and they were under attack by another tribe of mice.
another tribe.
Yes, who had decided that those mice weren't protected and were obviously wrong with that. So we helped them, we protected them, and then on questioning them, they told us about this other tribe. They don't appear to be big on having any useful designations for their tribes. but the mother of this other tribe is apparently worse than their previous mother and feeds them on good things rather than bad things.
So, if I get this correct, there's another group of dormice
Yes.
that have a protector, which they refer to
Yeah.
as mother,
Yeah.
that is worse than the one that you banished.
That
And
would
they're eating
seem the way.
positive energy.
Yes, and possibly positive emotions, because one of the things when I was deep in conversation with them, I got some images, and a number of the things they were being fed on were, I presume, items of sentimental value, but I think I saw a brief flash of what might have been them feeding a baby to them. And I don't know what that would mean or do.
So Angela keeps a pretty stiff upper lip face, doesn't show much. One of the other two, but the third one, who seems younger than the other two, seems he comes off a little shocked at that. He lets that slip that's
Flash him a smile. Yes, it took me a little while to process what I'd seen.
and Angela's like, even worse what that could imply.
Exactly. But I didn't think it was wise for us to go herring off trying to find these mice, Fairy being a place of very nebulous and vague geography. And
Yeah.
obviously great danger,
There's
but
a,
it did
there's a chance
strike
that if
me
you did, you wouldn't come back.
exactly, and I thought, how to put this? I thought you would want to know about this sort of thing. Like is probably not an accurate statement.
Need. The word you're looking for is need.
Need. Yes.
But
Obviously, we will keep our
your
ears to the ground. Yes.
Continue. What were you saying?
We'll obviously keep our eyes out for any information that might be a lead on these things and pass it over.
She'll nod. Your mice, though, are still eating negative energy.
Yes. Do you want to show them the ring? I'll say to Mac.
As a player, I'm raising my eyebrows because I thought we were keeping that on the down low. But Mac will step forward. It's like, yeah, it's important that the dormice that are helping are protected, and the dormice that are attacking be taken care of. And this is one of the items. If necessary, I'll give it up. But I will show it to him.
When you show it to him, because it's on your hand,
Yeah.
you didn't take it off yet. I'm assuming. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is correct.
They don't reach for it. Angela looks at it, and then she nudges that younger one, or at least gives him a look and makes sure that he's looking at it. Nigel and Weymont, you're very sure they're sensing it,
Well, yeah, I can tell that even without looking.
right? Like it's no duh. That's what they ought to do. But notice they don't touch it, and they go. And he looks at Angela, and Angela and him kind of say something like lean back in private. They're obviously talking about you. They just don't want you to hear it. And Angela comes back and she kind of leans back in and says, well, don't take it off. And they told you that that's the ring we sent through.
Yes.
Yeah, I will nod.
I will tell you this, it does not look like the ring. But whatever boon it seems to be giving you, it's linked. If you take it off, you're going to lose it.
Okay. I don't think Mac yet knows what it does yet. I think we talked about it as player.
Probably not.
Yeah.
We talked about it out of character.
Yeah.
You might feel more charismatic But what that actually does for Mac is, and not until he uses this thing again, and then he'll
Yeah.
notice that it's more powerful.
Yeah.
Or more skillful, however you want to look at that.
Yeah.
Confidence.
Yeah. He feels more confident. How about that's a very good way of putting it. Thank you. It's almost like you're a writer and no words. We'll call it crazy.
Yeah. I know, mad, isn't it?
But yeah, Mac, it makes you feel more confident. And also, you're precious. You're kind of happy because you didn't want to take it off. Like, it didn't dawn on you until they said something like, don't take it off, that you're like, well, good, I didn't want to take it off. Which
If
might
a role,
strike you as weird.
no, for role playing, it represents a bond to the ones that I'm protecting, and he's good with that.
Okay. But now it's your precious. So anybody tries to rob you, you're not going to be happy about taking that ring off. Just saying. Okay. But yeah, they feel duly noted. And they highly do not recommend you just go willy-nilly into the Fey realm. They are very convinced that if you go off in the Fey realm, you might there's a very big chance you won't come back. Like, they don't know of anybody who's wandered off in the Fey realm that's ever come back. Matter of fact, to a certain degree, you guys have probably now been in the Fey realm and come back more often than anybody they know.
Is it when it gets to the flow of the conversation when they're talking about this or this is coming up?
Yeah.
I guess I will mention, because I want to finesse protections for the Dormice with the Grail Knights, that the mice that we're working with seem to have no problem scouting and moving around within the Fey realm. If that's something that is useful to you at some point, please feel free to contact us.
Out of character, I don't know. Can you hear the ding, 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 ding in my head
Yep.
from that far away?
I could hear him ringing. I didn't know it was specifically you, but it did sound like it was from somewhere near Kansas City.
Yeah.
I've got too much invested in storytelling. I like a good story. So pitching what bounces off the players' heads is fine. What gets knocked out of the park is fine. But pitch them and have fun.
I know. I'm just saying, ding, ding. That doesn't mean you couldn't have had a better idea than what I had, but yeah. And you can contact these. So Angela kind of looks at Mac and goes, and you can contact these mice whenever you want. And that's correct, right? You can contact them whenever you want.
Pretty much, yes.
I try not to.
Yeah.
I try
Probably
to
a
have
good
as little
idea
to
that
do with
we-
this as possible.
Probably a good idea to have
Well, then
food
why would
ready
they
for
name your
them when
army?
we contact them.
Sorry,
Because
what was
I
that?
wasn't-
Nigel?
I
Oh,
was
sorry.
saying,
August and Nigel.
probably a good idea to have food ready if we go to contact them.
And Nigel? Or not, what? August. You were saying something
He
as
was
well.
he was just saying that he tries to have as little to do with the Dormice as possible because he doesn't agree with them. He doesn't.
Well, then why'd you name them after you?
I did not.
Well, then why are they named after you?
Because
Thank
you guys
you.
are horrible.
I had nothing to do with that.
I will say I also had nothing to do with that. That just sort of happened.
Excellent.
Well, ask them what they should be called.
So this is out of character. I wouldn't actually say this, but I'd be like, so we don't mention to August the little blood on their mouths and the bite marks we saw on him or anything like that. We just don't say anything about that, right?
Yes, that's exactly. Okay.
What did I miss as a player? No, seriously, what did I miss as a player?
Max,
Nothing.
out of character was teasing. It was an, yeah.
Yes.
You're fine.
Oh,
we
okay.
think, mostly.
Probably not, because it's Faye.
So Angela would like to know that will they do other things for you? Like, could they look for something in the Fey realm for you?
Possibly. We haven't really tested that as yet, so
Yeah, my sense of it is that things that are of direct impact, they seem to learn a little bit about. They're about human kindergarten age for bandwidth, mental capacity, and they know their little corner. It would be more like if we took a picture of something. If they saw it, they might notify us, then that they would search for it, unless they were getting additional guidance and people that could focus the troops and keep them moving in the right direction. That's my impression, tactically. Also, just to mention this part of it, which is even if you had a photo or a photograph or a drawing, they seem to perceive both astral and physical in a different way than we do. So to give them like a wanted poster or something to look for or to let us know if they see it, the description should be done from their perspective, not necessarily from that of a human perspective, as a suggestion.
And how would we make a drawing in their perspective, you think?
I think it should probably be a dual-natured construct. Is how I don't know how to say that in character properly, but something that would have the astral sense signature in addition to the physical look, and knowing that there's fluidity of look in the Fae realm. So I'm just mentioning it as an issue. I don't really have a solution. That's not my expertise, but it's something maybe some of your more magically adept people could figure out a way to handle. It's just a thing.
She looked around to see if you guys are in agreement on that.
It's going to end up being symbolic. They'll need to tie more with the ideas and emotions that go into putting the thing together rather than the thing itself.
The one stimulus we do know they respond to is negative energy that they treat as food that has a flavor to it. And that has an impact, as I understand it, on astral space. So those flavors of negativity are, I think, maybe part of your solution.
She nods and says, "We'll be in touch shortly." Pays for everyone's drinks, food, whatever. And off they go in a very serious manner.
Fighting the forces of evil is serious business.
Again, but are the Dormice evil?
Yes.
No.
All Fae, and,
No,
and if you actually, in Fae mythology, some are evil, some just don't care, and some mean well. So,
Well, I mean, you have the Seelie and Unseelie course, neither of which are actually evil.
The
But
previous
they
neither of
mother
which are
are.
was
actually
evil.
good. They're just as evil and good as humanity, just in their own ways, with their own thought processes.
If
But the
thought
previous
occurs,
mother was evil.
yeah.
That one was evil, and it could have just colored August for good.
Yes, it has.
She was not nice.
if
She was
thought
bad.
she
occurs,
wasn't.
and I'm going to wait until we're well away from the Grail Knights before I voice it, because I don't necessarily want them to get a hold of the idea.
Okay.
But if the other group fed on the positive emotions and stuff from a baby, what if our dormice were fed a criminal? I'm
No,
not saying this is
that's a-
something we should do.
Can-
But I want to
I
make that
don't-
fully clear.
I
But
just don't think we should be feeding these dormice anything.
I think that's a very interesting idea, Nigel, that we should not explore any further.
Exactly. I'm not going to. I'm not saying we do it. I absolutely think that would be a terrible idea to try. But if something happens with that, if they get a hold of a person that is very bad and evil, I'm curious what would happen.
That's great,
It is a
but
mental exercise and nothing further.
I still think we shouldn't be feeding them anything.
Well,
Whatever,
Dr. Mengele, I think that's an interesting approach to things, but I'm not planning to go there. So,
whatever happened to the nun from the ghost children's case?
See, again, we should not be
They-
feeding them
nun?
anything.
But they hadn't given it back. I think they were still working on that one.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? She's dead and gone. I mean, that didn't seem. I get you, River. Just saying.
I feel I'm not being listened to.
I'm
I, as the GM, would never think that the bad ideas are awesome. I'm just saying, you know.
all those not in favor of human sacrifice. All right.
Boo. Yes.
I mean,
We are not
what-
sacrificing people to the dormice. That
Dormice.
is
No,
not
I-
happening.
Anything.
That-
We shouldn't be sacrificing anything, people or not. Just,
We're
but
not
here we are.
sacrificing animals
August,
either.
August, I understand where your objections lie, but the simple fact is we've essentially entered into a contract with them. We have to fulfill
You
it.
have. I never agreed to this. But
Your
yet,
name's
because
on
I'm
it.
with you, I've ended up involved in this. But you'd never listened to me as a group before.
Listen
I
to
have
you
not
before.
been comfortable with this about these flipping mice. And I really don't think we should be saving them or otherwise. Leave them to their own devices.
Well, I understand where you're coming from. The problem is what's going to happen to us if we just leave this alone.
yes.
The problem was when
We should never have
it
poked it in
happened.
the first place.
Well,
It
when it
poked
happened,
us.
it poked us. It was not
Yes,
something
but we
that we
didn't
went
have to
into
take-
willy-nilly.
We didn't have to take on the ownership and alleged being mother to these rotten mice.
If we
But I
hadn't,
have ended up.
we'd have been stuck in the Fey realm.
I have ended up being dragged into this, and I'm just voicing my opinions. And I'm just getting very fed up with not being listened to.
Well, okay. What would you suggest we do now then?
Stop feeding the mice anything and just let the Grail Knights deal with it.
I wouldn't mind doing that. What about the rest of you?
I don't know that that's an option.
Well, at the other end of the spectrum, I would be content retiring Mac and having him be an NPC, taking that on if it's really a tension point at the table. That's good. That's good by me.
That's not what I said. This
Yeah.
is an in-character thing.
Yeah,
that
this is in
August
character.
not happy.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Sorry. I
Sorry,
thought
this
that was
is
clear.
entirely-
I thought that was
entirely-
clear. Sorry.
No,
Yeah.
This is August. He's
and
got
August, it's not that we're not listening to you, it's that we didn't have another choice at the time. We were
We
in the
did.
Fey realm.
I just want to make sure Michelle is heard and Michelle is okay. If that's the
Yeah.
case, yeah, role
Yeah,
play
yeah,
is good.
Michelle's fine. Michelle's fine.
Okay, we're good.
August's not, but Michelle is.
Well,
Sorry.
I think August needs to broaden his understanding of how things get recycled and negative becomes back to source and all of that. But I don't no idea how to do that, and that's not Mac's thing. So I'm gonna hush.
Yeah, that's not how August sees
I'm-
the mice.
Yeah. You know,
But
and
yeah, that's an
and
out of
Nigel's
character
just
thing.
been-
So
Nigel's just making the point of we kind of got coerced into this because we were kidnapped and stuck in the Fey realm. We didn't really have another option, so right now we kind of have to make the best of it.
Yes,
I
there may have been
don't
other options, but we
disagree with
certainly
your
couldn't see
points.
them.
I don't disagree with your points. It's just getting frustrated
Then
about
why-
it isn't going to help us because we're stuck
Then
with it.
why don't we just let the Grail Knights deal with it? Because that's what they're there for.
Because the contract was with us.
Yes, unfortunately, that.
I don't recall signing anything.
It's Fey deals.
It's not the kind of contract we're talking about.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's a case where your word is bond, unfortunately, in this one, and it may not have been the best choice, but it seemed the only choice we had available.
Honestly, August, I'm on your side. I would rather have nothing to do with this. But as it stands,
I think we
here
all
we
are. I think all of us would much rather these things have never darkened our door. But we're stuck with
but
it.
feeding them is not helping.
I don't necessarily know that it's hurting either. And we're seeming to get some positive elements. I think the best way out of it is to see it through. We push through, and maybe we can end up, because the entire goal of their contract was to get them fed and get them protected. If we can develop them enough where they can do that on their own, then we'll be out of it. But we're not going to do that if we just ignore it and hand it off to somebody else. And I don't think we can hand it off to somebody else. They'll just keep
I will
coming
continue
back to
ignoring
us.
it as much as I can. Just don't expect me to jump when they ask.
I don't think anyone's going to jump when they ask.
Morgana does.
Yeah, Mac will. If they're in trouble, Mac will be right there.
Morgana will look.
All right.
You were the one that went through the mirror in the first place, Morgana.
I know, and
This is on you.
I entirely take responsibility for this. Because I was the one who jumped, and I was the one who put forward the deal with them. And I'm very sorry that any and all of you have been brought into this. It is.
It's unfortunate. We're just going to have to deal with it as we can just now.
We are comrades in arms. We stick together.
As with most things, allow me to.
Has August been giving off?
Be the one who looks at the price.
Has August been giving off vibes that he's unhappy when he transformed to an elf? Like he still wishes he was human?
No, he's fine with that.
So he's fine with parts of the magic stuff. He just.
I think it's really just the Fae.
Yeah, the Fae and the whole transformation thing. That this is this and that is that. It's two different things.
Absolutely.
So
yes.
It's the being forced into doing something by things that he doesn't see the good in.
Catherine's coming.
So if
Sorry?
If toxic magic items are being cleansed, that's not a good.
He knows nothing about magic. Okay. As August.
If it is, yeah.
He has sort of like circles in his head. The close circle is the name giver transformed races. He's kind of adapted to it because he's walked that experience and knows the good and bad of low light vision and the new body and all of that stuff.
Yeah, it was weird when it happened.
As you go further afield into the magic world, his comfort level just gets stretched beyond what he just doesn't want to process how far all that's gone.
He just doesn't want to be feeding things that eat bad energy because he finds that suspiciously wrong. He finds that a suspicious behavior.
Given the fact that the Dormice were originally under the purview of somebody who was actively evil and drinking other people's blood, he really doesn't think that feeding them things, negative or otherwise, is a good idea, period.
So, like, if it was human children being led into a terrible situation, the children would have no recourse. They would be damned by class and youthful experience, regardless of if they could be brought out of that situation. Is that
You
correct?
see, again here, to play devil's advocate, I think that you're making a bit of a mistake when you're
Yeah.
thinking of these things as children. They're
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
They're fey dormice.
They're fate always. They act like children, but that's just because that's how their minds are. They are not children.
If they were metahuman children, they would have been brought up in London, York, Boston, wherever, and so they will have been brought up in the human / metahuman way. Completely different.
So, if
Anybody want me to ruin that thought?
yeah, that's fine.
There are lots of
Sure.
stories of Fae stealing children.
Yes, yes.
Not that I
Also,
would
yeah.
do that, but I'm just saying.
Oh yeah,
And if it was rescuing children stolen by the Fae, that would probably be a different matter for August. But that's not something.
Yeah,
Keeping it in character.
That's not
Yes.
that's not what's going on here. So
Yeah, no,
Exactly.
these are.
What I'm saying is, despite how they act, I think it would be a mistake to think of them as children. They do not
Yes,
have children's
correct.
sensibilities.
Correct.
No, they have
Well,
childlike intelligence, but don't
They are
think of
not
them
children.
as children.
Well, I can simply say from Mac's perspective, he has a broader view of alien cultures and alien attitudes and differences. That's just he won't beat the point up with in the
Yeah,
role play.
I don't know if that's true. You're relating it to something that you're comfortable with, which is
Yeah.
children.
No, I think what I'm doing as a player is I've been all over the world and seeing a lot of people butting heads when the differences are less important than the commonalities.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think like a Victorian bloke that's been thrown into a world that was suddenly an elf and could do other things, and trolls and snarks exist, but Fae.
Yeah, I
Morgana will.
picked a character background that was raised with just much more of a the good neighbors are a thing, and because they're a thing,
absolutely.
you have to learn to live side by side. I think that's where it's really interesting that I hadn't thought this through, and I'm very appreciative of the conversation because it's like things are clicking into place for how to role play this character more, and I appreciate that. So thank you.
Yeah.
Something else, if anybody minds if I change the subject a little bit, tie it back into things in character. Since the Grail Knights mentioned, we've been to the Fey realm more than other people than anyone else they know of. Why haven't I transformed? You mentioned August going into becoming an elf. I'm still human. I've been there twice.
Morgana will look at Nigel. Well, I hear some people traveling to Fort Alice transform. If you want me buy you a couple of return tickets to see if it helps, be my guest. But trust me, looking glass fever is not comfortable.
Oh, I'm not saying that. It's
and
just it's just a point of curiosity.
Turn into something. Maybe you're inherently human. I don't know.
It's just a point of curiosity.
I mean, I'm sure there are scientists. I'm sure there are scientists studying that. If you want to talk to them,
I believe we kicked the Prometheans out of London for doing horrible experiments with people's pets, and let's not get them onto that subject.
Anyway, I think we've reconciled at least, even if not everybody's happy with the situation, which again I don't think any of us are. I think we've at least come to terms.
Well, August has had a chance to vent, and he knows that we've been listening. So I hope that helped. When it comes back to plot stuff, in my mind, I would say if Morgana has let us know about the babies being drained, I think that's a candidate for an investigation to see if there's any pattern to the prey,
If
and if
we,
there's a way that we should be stepping in on that.
I
But-
think we look out for something that may be symptomatic of that. I think our only leads require going to the Fey realm, which is the Grail Knights say is deeply dangerous, and let us not go traipsing there. But if we hear of any strange behaviour, it is something we should look at and investigate and bring to their attention, as well as looking into ourselves. Because
because
If we're
if
attempting
they are
to-
taking,
if we're not, I think an investigation to see if there's a lot of kids dying of the wasting or something in orphanages
or it,
or whatever.
or look, your ring makes you feel better. It was a bad thing beforehand, and it's now been turned into something positive.
Yes.
Could the Fae stealing the good from a child be a reason why people become deeply horrible criminals? I can think of at least one that might be an explanation, and I don't know.
Sure.
Is that a thing? That sounds.
Or they guide
more
them into
more to this,
temptation.
however, all we have to go on was a vague image that you got in your head. We don't have any solid leads to say if that's happening now, or we don't know. This could have been something that happened 500 years in the past. It could be something that hasn't happened yet.
It could be something that our mice just imagine them doing.
So
I don't know. It was vivid.
We'll keep an eye on it, but I don't know that we really have enough to go on for suspicions. I think now that we've brought it to the Grail Knights, they may find something and bring something back to us, but I don't think that's an immediate concern for right now.
Okay, cool. Let's just do a check-in at the investigation agency then.
I think it's definitely something we should make sure people we trust are looking out for. But as Nigel says, I don't think there's a lot of leads for us to follow. And in cases are bad enough to try and track down the information of when we know the names of everybody involved in the case. Look at the whole Scott thing in Scotland. That was pulling that apart, which I'm still not sure we really did, was tricky, and we knew the players involved in that. In this, we have a child I saw for Bailey a second. But we should, if they're changing people like that, we should keep our eyes out.
Yeah, I'm fine with having it on the radar and checking in.
Yes. It's on the list.
Anyway, it is Sunday today. I say we take the day, and we can check in with the agency tomorrow.
Which day was it?
Sunday,
Which
July
day?
31st.
Good. Okay. Yeah, no, yeah, you guys check in Monday.
Yeah.
Things have been a little quiet. They did get a couple of things for you guys. They got something from an Angela, and I don't remember Angela's last name, and then something for Morgana. And it's from a Lord such and such. I'll remember his name later.
Lord such and such.
What's such and such?
Such a weird last name. I think it's Langsley. Langsley. Langsley.
Yeah.
He's Oh, actually, I think you have like a nobility skill.
Yes, give me a second.
Yep.
Just making a note and then I will roll.
Oh, you're an anonymous squirrel.
Ooh. I think you're an anonymous rhino.
Figures. Unicorn in disguise.
Yeah. Our Duke, what's his name's a cad.
What did you get on Langsley?
Give me a second. Just finding it. X. $23. Which the D8 rolled a 1, so the D8 was on your side for once. That was all D6.
Now all the dice hate me. This isn't good. What? What? All right.
All right, I've not rolled any
let-
dice yet, Andy.
Maybe Fraser's going to grow up to be a dice steward. They know this
Well,
and are just
here's the
punishing you
thing.
in the past.
If he asks you, you can roll the dice because you could see if you know anything about him in the underworld, or you get one.
Yeah.
On a 23 on their screen, he's kind of like a mid-level duke, fairly quiet, is out of politics at this point, kind of retired from the House of Lords.
Are we talking that he's a sort of mid-level noble? Because Duke is really top noble.
Oh, mid-level nobles for something less than a duke, but not quite just a lord lord.
An Earl? Earl would be about mid-level.
Okay, thank you. So he's Earl Langsley.
Yeah.
Langsley, Earl of, type of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's pretty nice. I mean, you've never heard anything horribly bad about him. His wife passed away a few years ago. You believe, but no one says it. But because of the timing, the rumor has it that it was looking glass fever.
Yeah.
And that she didn't survive. He never remarried. He's got 4 children, 3 sons and a daughter. None of them have done anything that you can think of. They're old money. It's just been passed down. They handle it wisely because they don't handle it themselves. So nothing that you've ever heard of that's horrible or scandalous.
Boring. Sorry.
Yes. August
That was
think of him as
Mordecai.
a
Sorry, that
boring.
was Mordecai.
Sorry, Mordecai then would think of him as rather boring. He's just very British.
Oh, how very
Just-
dull.
Do you want to tell? Oh, so sorry. What the note says is, I apologize for sending this here, but I'm sure you'll even understand eventually that 1, I would like your discretion, and 2, that discretion would be destroyed if I sent this to your home and your mother saw it. I would like to suggest you come around for tea. And he basically suggests Wednesday.
I will mention this to the others and agree to go around for tea.
So you send back a letter.
Yeah,
saying
I
yes.
will
Wednesday
inquire
will
as
be
he
fine.
wishes me to bring any of my fellow investigators, or is this a matter that he wishes to discuss with me first?
So just for expediency, because by the time the letter's sent, it'll be a few hours before it sends back. And of course, you may bring any guests you see fit, under the understanding that, again, discretion is beyond the utmost.
I would suggest, given it sort of gives us the broadest range of skills, but doesn't sort of overimpose on him, that Weymont and August come with me.
Sure.
Because between the 3 of us, we have, we cover magic, we cover the social stuff, and you 2 are very good at spotting the stuff that Morgana misses. And I don't think we need all of us present at this stage.
All right.
I'll keep an eye on the astral in that case. Not a problem.
Sure.
So
Okay.
River and I are going to stay at the office and play cards.
It's on Wednesday. You can do whatever you want. It's a free country.
So the other thing was from Angela.
Yep.
And basically it has a short note that says, ask your dormice if they can find him. And you get a name of Thomas Green, Greene. And he seems, in the picture, it's a photograph, he's in a uniform. He looks to be sandy, blonde hair, light colored hair. It's a black and white photograph. Can't tell the eye color, middle age, fairly not rail thin, but we'll say a more lithe build. There's also a wedding ring that seems to be a plain gold band, and a picture that looks like it might have been drawn by a young child of what is obvious in young child drawing: a child, a daddy, a mommy, and maybe a park. There's some flowers and a sun, and you think that's a tree. The daddy in it has yellow hair, green eyes. And so that is what you were given.
Any reason why we need to find him?
Angela's asking you to have your dormice find him. That's what you know.
He's probably one of theirs that is lost on the other side.
What was the name of the person? Sorry, you had to.
Thomas Green.
And did he look to be? Was he wearing uniform in the picture?
Yes, he did.
Can we tell what sort of uniform? Oh yeah, do a little bit of research to find out the uniform and markings. There'll be
I was
unit
going to say,
markings
Mac
on it.
would probably know.
Oh
Or
yeah,
have a better
that's the
sense of
first
knowing.
part. That's the first part of the research. Show it to the person who knows about military stuff.
I am getting my dice out as we speak.
Dice are being released.
Well, hopefully they don't hit that.
The dice rolled a 9.
All right, what score are you using?
I was using military war.
All right, it seems to be an Air Force uniform. There's some insignia stuff on there that you just don't recognize.
Is it? Because I'm not familiar with the 1879 setting that well. I'm learning bits, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Is it like British Empire, Britain, but then they've got all of these colonial outposts? Is it like one of those kind of differences?
It seems to be a British one, not a colonial.
A British one. Okay. Do I?
Royal. I
would
think
be
technically all the airships are held by the British Navy, but are a separate branch of it. So.
Yes,
Oh,
Royal Air Navy would be what it's called.
Yeah.
Okay, I apologize. U.S.
But-
calls it an Air Force. It would be the Royal Air Navy. My apologies.
Essentially, it's the Air Force, though, so you weren't wrong, just the name.
Yeah.
Right, I apologize. But thank you. See, we're educational.
Yeah. So what I would offer to do while they're doing their thing on Wednesday is to go through some of my contacts with this to see if I can find information about this Thomas Green based on his uniform, and I'd have River accompany me if she is willing.
Yeah, she'll go with you.
All right. That way we can have, you can do your thing and we can still contribute to the plot.
That seems an excellent division of
I guess I can go along with you guys with the military research then, and then that way I can cover anything magical on that end.
I'm sorry. So for anybody who's listening to this later, August put up in the chat, British show 19 on empathic sense on Morgana after August basically accused her of starting all the dormice business. So basically, August is trying to get a sense of where Morgana's coming from, where Morgana's heart is in the matter, and rolled very well. And we're finding out how, I guess, what that core sense is so that we can see if August maybe feels at least better heard or whatever from that angle. So I think that covers the chat log. So half of you on Wednesday are going to see the royals while I'm waiting for that. And the other half of you are going to look into British insignias and possibly some medals and things like that. Dangly things on British uniforms. Or sewn upon things.
Sure.
all
I've
that
got lots.
fast.
I've got contacts. We haven't discussed those with the other players, but I've got those
Yeah.
contacts, and I'll be working through those, and River can pick up a few things as we
Oh.
replay them.
You know, I need to ask you about that because those contacts wanted you to keep in touch.
I have been, at least for
Okay.
role playing. I've been sending them the updates they requested.
Okay. I'm kind of curious on what that update would be about this recent Dormice stuff.
I can write something up and send it to you. It'd be very
Thank you. I
similar.
would really
Very,
appreciate that.
yeah, it's the same stuff that we've been talking about. There'll be no. Mac is just very transparent. So
Yes. But it is one of those things where I don't want to assume what you don't do or don't. So that's
Yeah.
why, yes, if you'll send me something, I will appreciate it.
I would be happy to.
So yeah, August basically is trying to ascertain if he has upset her or not, as he did not actually shout at her, or as he did shout at her in frustration. Ah, there you go, reading for the listeners eventually. All right. A good time for a break while he's writing that.
Yeah.
Take that, Joel. All right, everybody else, we're gonna take get a drink, get a snack, do those things. Break.
Oh, cool.
I suppose I should start cooking dinner.
Ew.
Yes, in
fish
the
finger-
UK, if
fish-
you have not started dinner, you should get on that.
No, we'll just have fish finger sandwiches after we finish the game.
We had a
Also
large
a
lunch
valid
before the
plan.
start of the game.
I need to decide what I want to make for dinner.
I
Be
made
back in
chicken
a sec.
tortilla soup, and I'm having that for lunch and dinner because I'm smart.
Last night I had a ham steak and a baked potato.
Why didn't you invite me? We're both in the Midwest. How long could that be?
8 hours.
I
It's only
don't
a
know
couple
that
of
you'd
snacks.
want to
That
make
can't
the
be more than-
drive.
I think it's like 11, 12 hours, yeah.
I was gonna say I think all three of us are about 8 hours away from each other. Just a day drive.
That sounds like enough time to make a decent stew.
Totally. When I was young.
Also, my house is still trashed right now just because of all the projects I've had working on things.
You made us dinner. We don't care what your house looks like.
Backing them out.
Well, it's trashed to the point where I don't know that there's anywhere for you to sit.
There's floor.
My couch is broken right now. I still have to fix that.
I was
That's
going to say,
floor.
it's not that cold up there, right?
Yeah, it kind of is.
Well,
At least I think it
isn't
is. I'll put it this way.
Yes.
Normally, Sonny
Yes,
sleeps at my feet at the night. It's cold enough where he has been cuddled up next to my chest and actually like under the covers.
Poor Sonny. He needs
Oh,
extra snuggles.
Well, he gets all the snuggles, so it's not like he's cold. It's just he snuggles up
I
with
know.
me to get more warm.
Well, yeah, and also to make sure you're warm.
I think he does that too, because he does that when I'm laying in bed. Normally, what he does, he will actually lay against my back, and his body heat is just a nice gentle heat to help loosen that up for any time anything's stiff or creaky or anything like that. So he's actually been helping my back.
See, Sonny's a darling dog. While we're on pseudo break, Morgana wrote back. She feels very firm on having responsibility for it and is serious on dealing with it. She is upset about dragging August and the others into it. She is quite upset. He finds upsetting. She is quite upset. He finds upsetting.
Quite upset. He
You
finds
are
it
upset.
upsetting, I think is what she was going for.
Okay. And she doesn't like that she's upset August. Aww. It's almost like that little old lady in that house married them whether they liked it or not. Or if it's legal.
I don't know, man. Given how some of the marriages go, I think if they were actually married, she'd just be like, "Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. I found a new way to annoy him."
That's not a good marriage.
No, but it is a very
No.
real one.
Yep.
It could be.
It's fine. August will get over it.
August is
I'm glad
British
you.
enough to ignore it.
Well, he was trying. He was trying to.
What can I say? I'm a pragmatist.
Goodness.
Yeah, I put in the notes on Saturday, July 30th. Meeting with the Grail Knights. August explodes and expresses his feeling about the Dormice after the Grail Knights have left.
I think it was wonderful, our roleplay.
Well, if you think August explodes, just wait until Weymont goes to use that spell.
Yeah, but that's a spell.
Yeah, but it's also
it's a
going to be an
spell.
explosion in a very real
Yes.
sense.
Yes, it's a spell for making people explode. That is what it is.
It's true.
Just as a matter of tactical information, can you make things explode as well as people?
I mean, you can make anything explode. It's a blast spell. It goes boom.
Oh, so it's not like boil your blood and make your body burst. It's like
It's a
catch fire.
fireball.
It's a
Yeah,
fireball. Okay.
Yeah. Blast
Oh,
is
it
the
will.
base spell for fireball, essentially.
All right, and
Yeah.
what is your range? What is the tactical range that you have?
I mean, that's an excellent question. I haven't cast it yet, so I'll get back to you on that.
Well, how about if we go out to the shooting range and we do a little evaluation?
Magical shooting range.
Well, you can use a regular shooting range. I'm sure there'd be a bunch of old military folks that'd love to see.
I'm going to hint at something. You don't want a firing range, you want a demolitions range.
Fine.
Yes.
Mhm.
See, the
That's
thing
fine.
about blast is that if you want me to point it at a target, prepare for that target to be obliterated.
Yeah, I'm good with. I understand. Yeah, I'm a warrior. I get it. Or a soldier. I get it.
Yeah.
I've worked with primitive. Actually, do they have primitive tanks in 1879?
Yes.
Yes,
We call them
they-
kettles.
Yes, they have
They
steam
call them what?
tanks.
Steam tanks. Okay, cool.
They're called
I'm-
kettles because you can make a cup of tea at the end of a battle with them,
all right,
Awesome.
fair enough.
which
So,
is actually an actual standard feature of British that all British tanks have, even in the modern day.
that's as it should
What?
be. So let's
It's entirely
Let's-
unironic.
let's-
It's the best part.
It literally, I think if I
Um,
remember right, it was basically inhumane to not let them have their tea. So
exactly. Well,
yeah, the spell is explosion. It has a 50-yard range.
all right. Well, fine. Let's go and test all of that out.
So
in
on
the
Tuesday,
player's
some
guide.
of you are testing blast.
What do you want me to
Is that what I'm hearing?
explode?
I'll set up some targets at 50 yards, and we'll let the old retired soldiers compare, contrast, and evaluate your performance. They won't gossip about it for the next 5 years at all.
I'm sure Weymont wants to test a new spell with that much in of a audience.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't really care.
It's for
Like,
science.
honestly, physical spells like this aren't really my forte. Normally, this is going to be interesting.
I think you're being
Okay.
modest. I think you can blow shit up.
Okay.
Try not to be caught in that blast zone.
As a bit of cleanup here, I want to make sure on a few things. So August feels like when he gives this some serious empathic sense thought into Morgana, that Morgana totally understood, felt bad, and really wanted to find a way out of the Dormice. Did this help August feel better? That's question one.
Yes, he knows where he stands.
Question two. Does the fact that it's eating negative energy and that everybody who went seemed to have picked up some sort of boon that were all positive, and that Nigel will tell you that the parrot that he didn't have any trouble really discerning your guys' mice from those, even though looks wise it's red or black eyes, which I would think I mean it's an awakened bird, but it's not a fine line on its own. Do any of those help August's thought about some of the stuff like that Max and Nigel said about the dormice maybe just being a function rather than something necessarily evil. Just out of my own curiosity. And it doesn't have to have, I'm just curious on if it does.
I'm not sure that it makes it better or worse because August doesn't think of them as a function.
Right.
So, he just sees them as they were when they were under the auspice of the blood drinking fae.
Okay. So basically, at this
and,
point,
he
it
just,
hasn't changed August's opinion of them.
no, he still thinks we really, really shouldn't be pandering to them and feeding them.
Got it. I just was curious.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
And then River posted some details about, I think, the blast spell.
Yeah.
Dormancer Pride.
Just again for science, if we're gonna play pyrotechnics, if
Uh-huh.
you are willing, Weymont, I would like to test out so I really know and experience how to do this. Like if we get flasks of oil, like how I need to set them up around what you're targeting to do chain reactions and stuff. Because we wouldn't ever need that skill. It'll never happen. It's completely inappropriate that we understand how to do that properly.
Okay.
I mean, if you're, I think I got lost in the train of thought.
Oh, I
Sorry.
just I want to make it clear that Weymont and I have spent a little time setting up chain reaction targets so we know how far apart to set them. So when he blasts, he can set off some chain reactions.
Okay. I don't see where that's a problem.
I'm getting
Duly
this
noted.
impression from a pragmatic standpoint that Mac is trying to bond with me somehow.
Aww.
Over
And
explosive.
work out also how to
That's
work out
the
to make their
family way
boobs
to
get
bond.
bigger.
I will say explosives plus alcohol is a bonding thing.
It is.
Absolutely.
Or a losing fingers thing. Possibly
I mean,
both.
we do it every 4th of July with small explosives and a lot more drinking. Which is...
Fair.
Wait a minute, we're
And
supposed
possibly a
to
lot
use
less fingers.
small.
Okay. So that basically covers Tuesday, unless anybody else is doing something I should know about. And we are onwards to Wednesday.
Looks like.
All right. Are we starting with military looking at? That's probably easier one to start with.
Whatever you want.
Let's start with
the thumbnail sketch. I sent you the DM with a thumbnail sketch of what I've been sharing.
Yes. I have not read all of it, but I did see it come up.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's basically what we've been going through the last couple of bullets.
Yep.
What do you want me to roll?
For
To blow stuff up.
Oh yeah, we got to do that.
Oh, you want to roll for the tactical stuff? What do you got that you want to use to roll?
Spell casting?
I have gunnery. Can that help with him like set this shit up or
We'll make it a bonus.
All right.
We'll make your roll a bonus to his roll.
All right. We'll do a gunnery.
Spell casting, then, eh?
Yeah, I've never done that. Never used that before. That's kind of cool to get a chance to do that. All right,
That's 2d10. That there's no d8s involved here, Andy.
Well, but let's see what he does because he could give you a bonus and you could get another D8.
That's a possibility.
Unless he gives you such great advice that it gets negative.
I rolled a d12 and I got a 12 and then I got an 8. So, have a 20.
Why do all the dice hate me today? I was going to blow some stuff up, just not what you wanted. All right, so that's a plus 20. So I would say that's a plus 4 step, double bonus, 2 each. So you roll a +4 to whatever you've got. So no, it's no longer 2d10s. I think it made it worse. It's like what, 2 12s and a 4, something like that.
Something like that. Let me have a look. So the regular step is 12. So if we
Right.
go up in the step table to
16.
16, yeah,
D12,
that makes it
D6.
D12, D8, and D6.
You got a
Oh,
D8
there you go. There's your D8.
I know the dreaded D8 is back. That's why I said wait on that. I'm still not words that somebody doesn't want me to use. There you go. Roll it, sir.
Just you relax. I'm sure everything will be fine.
Weymont
The
comes back
dice
with no
are
eyebrows.
tonight.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not fine. But- right, so 10 plus 8 plus 6.
Many lots.
24.
24.
That is a 24.
Plus 7 plus 6.
31,
24 plus 7
37.
is 21 plus 6 is 37. Yeah.
Plus 6.
Oh my god.
That would be
43.
43.
So Mac comes back with no eyebrows as well because they both got the blast area wrong.
Plus 1. Plus 1 for the last one.
44.
I
We
think
are at
you've
43
impressed-
plus 45.
I think you've impressed the hell out of a bunch of retired soldiers there, dude.
This is just the spell
Oh,
effect. This isn't
stupid.
even the effect test. This is just the spell test.
Yeah.
I'm not
It's-
sure
Well,
what the
you are
effect test for.
very, very,
The effect
very
step is
convinced
rank
of-
plus will plus 1 for every success scored.
What?
Oh,
Okay,
Spell
okay
test is
then.
rank plus will plus 1 per success, however many that was.
How many successes was that, Andy?
6 or
Holy
7.
moly.
Oh, bloody hell. Right,
Well, so let's
so
say it
that,
was 10, so that would be 6.
right, so will is 7 plus 4, which is 11. So that is step 17, I want to
Yeah,
say.
that is how math works, yes.
Yeah, it's step 17,
Oh, goodness.
which is D12 plus 2D8.
Oh, good, because that helps me a lot.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
At least they're
relax.
just testing this, Andy.
Remember, heroes look away from explosions.
I would like everyone who listens to understand that the game was never in the GM's control. The GM just sits here and goes, WTH that, and tries to come up with something that might eventually tie back to a storyline. That is the reality. Not in
What's the-
charge, anything.
Cool guys don't look at explosions, okay? So that's 24
Oh, 24, good.
plus
Plus.
so that's 31 plus the other 8, so that's
Wait.
39.
24 plus 31 is 55 plus what now?
7.
55 plus 7?
62.
62.
Yes, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Are you sure you're done?
Yeah, I'm
You're
done.
Would you like to put the kitchen sink on top of that?
No, I think that's fine as it is.
Good. So now we still have to do damage, right?
No, that is the damage test.
Yeah, damage is next.
That poor parakeet.
Yeah,
Well,
what
that
did
used to be a
Hugo ever
firing
do
range
to
there.
him?
So you're at +8 over the basically hardness of this target. And each of those should do what to the damage?
62 damage minus his physical armor.
No. That was the damage is next. Should
No,
be a
the damage is
+8. No,
no,
wait,
the,
what?
the effect step is the effect test is a damage test for the spell.
Oh, okay, so the 62 is the damage.
Yeah.
It hasn't been 2 months since we played. Okay. Okay.
I think
So-
this is
Let's
also
make an
the first
effect test of the
damaging
damage
spell
done.
we've used.
Wait. Because your spell part was so high, I'm gonna give you the option. Is it because you are so brilliant, this is so targeted and contained that it's just perfection in and of itself? Or is it so much because it just woof the universe?
Well, given that this is a
So-
test, probably the latter.
So woof in the universe? Yeah, you ain't got no eyebrows. He ain't got no eyebrows. Most of those old dudes need new hats, and their shoes are scorched a little too. But damn, son, are they impressed? Now, how do we kidnap that dude and put him in the military?
Non-commissioned officer.
Here, sir, have this drink. Oh, you've accepted the king's shilling. Queen's shilling.
Yeah, that's actually a lot closer to the plot of the thing.
I think they stopped doing that at this point in history, if they ever did it, but...
Mostly. You sir are very confused. They have mostly stopped at this point. But that was before they had to buy new hats. Just pointing that
Now
out.
the question is, how much strain did he take?
5 plus his spellcasting rank.
So yeah,
Which
that's
isn't
gonna
bad value.
hurt.
5
So-
plus
You have a
spellcasting,
headache.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. Did I just do
You-
explosion from Konosuba?
So,
And the good news is you can't take wounds from strain.
so Andy, coming back to the plot, we have shared booze with the old soldiers. We have entertained them with a fucking great explosion.
Guys, stop
Yeah.
swearing. You're gonna throw off YouTube.
Oh, sorry. And then we will be chatting with them about, once they're in a good mood and all impressed, about Thomas Green and his insignia.
So they believe they know who he is. He was already in the military when everybody else went through Looking Glass Fever. He's career military, has a wife, and they think 1 or 2 kids. They're not totally sure on that part.
Mm-hmm.
When a lot of these new Steam things came up, he was very gung ho about it. Like,
Okay.
it was cool. And he
Yeah.
wanted in that, which included some early flight tests that, well, there's at least one of which that they're all surprised he managed to walk away from
Mhm.
because it went poorly. But he did indeed walk away from it. The weird thing is that he didn't walk away from his last one. Now,
What was the last
because
one?
this is such an impressive thing, I mean, the steamship thing, airship-esque thing that he was trying out, they know where it is. They went through the wreckage. They just never found Thomas.
Okay. Is this like a experimental aircraft top secret
Yes.
thing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And who's the who in charge of the investigation and all that stuff?
Well, I mean, the investigation's been over. They declared him dead. They're just telling you it was always weird because they never found a body. They're telling you this because you guys impressed them so much and you have some level of confidence with them.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. Well, I will
They
thank
can
them.
tell you who his last commander was, and
Yeah.
part of that again is they're very impressed with you and with this display. They believe that the commander, if not most of the people involved in that, were what you young people, some of which, even if you didn't change into something else, seem to pick up some sort of weirdness after Looking Glass Fever.
Uh-huh.
They believe that the commander and most of the people in that group were somehow changed.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
They also
Um,
believe that if you go to the right people, that there are people who knew and that it was on purpose.
Okay, so if I'm just summarizing this for myself in my own head, it sounds
Yes.
like they had an experimental aircraft that maybe there's some Fey connection or Fey realm. Look in the Fey realm connection. His body is missing. The other people on the team were impacted and mutated or magically awakened or something. and I have the name of the commander and
Mhm.
like what unit it was or something to track these
Yes.
people down. Okay, that's
And as far
useful.
as them being awakened, it wasn't because of the explosion. They were already like that.
They were already like that, but
Yeah.
all
But he
that
does believe that they were, for lack of a better term, either all or mostly awakened, whether they were human or not.
understood. Okay, cool. Well, I will make notes on that and to share with the party when we get back. And thank Nigel for his service and for the really cool explosion.
That was
And
Weymont, I think, not Nigel.
Yeah, that was
Yep,
that was Weymont.
Weymont.
that
Yes,
was
but Nigel was there, and I do need to know if there's anything that Nigel wanted to say or do, because Nigel was with you guys.
okay.
Was I? Because this
I
is
thought
that
you
was
said earlier that
no.
you were going to go with the military
I was going to
in
go to the
case.
military to do research. The explosion was Tuesday. That was a
Oh,
separate
sorry. I
thing.
apologize. Sorry. My
Yeah,
bad.
these are
I'm sorry.
separate events.
Sorry. Okay, we'll go to Wednesday then.
All
Lots
right.
of boom on Tuesday.
I pass the
Tuesday
mic
was
to
boom.
the other story point. Thank you for your help.
That was some good work, Mac.
Yay. Occasionally useful.
All right, where do you go? What do you start with on Wednesday?
Well, I think River and I were going to go and try to track down these dudes, and I thought the others were
Right.
going to meet with some Lord High Muckety Muck.
Yep.
Well, but what is, because Nigel was also going to do some looking into the guy on Wednesday.
I was just going with if they needed to.
But yeah, so it's not just you and River, it's you, River, Nigel, and Weymont.
And Weymont was coming to tea.
Oh, right. No, so Waymont's going to the T.
That's right. We were going to go and see the venerable Lord such and such.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had on my notes Nigel, Weymont, and Morgana were going to the T. Sorry, August. Well, maybe I'm confused. I don't know.
August, Weymont, and Morgana are going to tea.
All right, then Nigel, River, and Mac will make the other team, and we'll go check out
Yes.
the military.
Yeah.
All right.
Before Wednesday rolls around, August will go and find something other than his cheap suit.
Noted. August puts on a nice suit.
He will go and buy one.
Sorry, first. First he buys it,
Yeah.
then he puts it on.
Well, isn't it a little short notice to get a nice suit?
No, the
Wednesday
turnaround
on
on
Tuesday?
tailors is surprisingly quick, actually.
Not if you're a troll.
Not if you're a troll, but that's just because there's a lot more sewing involved.
They
By
have
the
like
way,
steam machines and multiple hands. They can make it in a day. You just have to pay a lot more for it.
I hope you understand that after that display, I'm changing the name of my blast spell.
You are not.
Oh, don't worry, I'll put the
Uh,
old name in brackets, but it's definitely becoming
Okay.
Explosion now.
It's just becoming explosion.
Dormice go
Yes,
boom.
with a capital, with a capital E and an exclamation mark.
River, can you be in charge of carrying something we can use as a daisy chain for an explosion if we need to do that sort of thing? Is that up your alley?
Not really. I need to
Alright.
work on my strength because my armaments is most of my carrying capacity.
All right. Mac will also. I mean, how do you carry something like the wine? In D&D, it'd be like a wineskin, full of oil or oilskin or whatever they call it. I want one of those on my character sheet.
Okay.
Like a flask of oil?
Yeah, just something like a go bag. In case you need to light it up, make it rain.
Okay.
In case of Plan Z, fire.
Yeah.
All right. So on Wednesday, where do you go? Oh, Waymont, your headache's better Wednesday. You slept it off after you made things go boom. So, you guys
Hope
are
that doesn't
looking
happen
for.
every time.
You guys are looking for probably his old commander or the unit. What are we doing?
The military team's going to do that, but do you want to give a table time to the tea people? I mean, we've been talking a bit.
No,
It's fine.
it's fine.
I'm happy doing whichever. But we were going to be following up on the last commander name and unit. I'd like to get some skinny on it, and then we'll go meet with them.
Except for if you look around or ask, nobody knows what that unit is.
No, it's one of those Black Ops. Who do I know that's Black Ops? Let me go back to my notes.
You go think about that. I will hop over, I guess. While you're thinking about it, how you're going to look into a unit that never existed in the first place.
I got it. Okay.
The other three of you, you get to the house. You're ushered in for tea. So, the Earl Langsley seems to be in maybe his mid-60s. Nice enough gray hair, kind of almost silvery blue eyes. They're just kind of very pale. Has a cane, very posh. And he thanks you for coming and says that, if it's all right with you, after the tea was served and, biscuits and all that, he'd like to get straight down to business.
Of course.
And he says, I need you to find a ring, and I need you to find it before the full moon.
Why specifically before the full moon?
It's very important to counter a old family curse.
Astral sight immediately.
I will ask for details of the family curse if you could explain it.
All right. He kind of clears his throat and says, my family was cursed. We're werewolves, I believe is the term that would be used. If I don't have the ring, we will not have control of ourselves.
Did you have the ring before?
Yes.
Was it stolen?
Yes.
Do you know who
Do an
stole
astral
it?
sight.
I'm waiting on your numbers on Astral Sight. Mythras, no, it's not as good as Morgana's, but he feels like he's being honest. He also feels horrifyingly uncomfortable with all of this.
Well, anybody would be uncomfortable talking about that, I suppose.
Poor August's brain is going to be turned into a pretzel by the end of this, isn't it?
How do you know it already isn't?
Morgana's been working quite hard on that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so
Morgana,
astral sight then. On my astral sight, I got an 11. 11.
11.
11.
He does have a different. He feels different astrally. And it's not like it's something you've ever seen before. It doesn't feel fey, but it doesn't feel like troll either. But that's
So
what
is
you
he
have on that.
is he somewhere between human and a doggy woggy?
With
That's
your
technical
11,
term.
you're not sure. It's just that the pattern is very odd. Well, not pattern, your sense of it's very odd. Empathic sense from Morgana. Yes, uncomfortable, but it's more than just the British. I'm uncomfortable talking about this with other people because we don't do that.
We
It's
don't talk about our feelings.
because we don't talk about our feelings, but it's worse than that, more than that. and this is some sort of deep family secret. And then there's the whole almost the uncertainty of no one's going to believe this. They're going to think I'm crazy if this gets out,
Mhm.
which truthfully they would. Even with everything else going on, he thinks he's a werewolf. I mean, think about it, the Earl of Langsley thinks he's a werewolf.
Well,
We've just come off of dealing with Fey Mice. This is Wednesday.
yeah, we are. Yeah. Oh, look.
It's literally Wednesday.
Yes, just
Just Wednesday, yeah.
It's in the companion on page 10. Wait, hold on. Are
That's
we talking about werewolves?
no, munitions.
Oh, musician. Okay, I was going to say, I didn't think that was in the player. What? Did I miss something? I mean, all right. So he basically tells you, as far as the curse goes, that his understanding of it is that some long ago relative, and he believes that this is like 1300-ish, that they met a lady in the woods, which they were foreign, but he will say that he doesn't know exactly where they were from. It doesn't say other than that they were foreign. And they were rude to the woman, and she cursed the family that if they were going to act as dogs, they could live as dogs. And since then, the family's been under this curse that all male heirs and possible heirs, so all male children, would become werewolves on the full moon. The ring was made by, and there's some sketchy history, but basically says it was made by a different foreigner, and that is, it's kind of some sort of promise that as long as they behave kindly, then they could keep control of their selves when they're werewolves.
Yeah.
And that he realizes that this is a bit fetched even for this day and age, but when things started to change, so did they. Now, technically he has no proof that without the ring that they won't keep hold of themselves. He doesn't want to find out. And he has no idea why or who would have taken the ring.
So have you changed before?
The change has been happening, according to him, since some point after everybody else started changing. That somehow the reawakening of magic, for lack of better terms, this is kind of recapping it, somehow triggered the curse working again.
To be honest, as a mage myself, magic did started working for lots of different people once the transformation started. So I could easily believe that some sort of gypsy curse or what have you would work as well.
Seems no more implausible than several other things we've seen that are real.
this week.
So, empathic sense. What's your guys' highest social defense to see how he does?
Give me a moment.
9, yo.
9.
Morgana's social defense is 11.
And yes, August did just say this week.
Yes. Yes, it's not even the weirdest thing that's happened to us this week.
So he only had a 12, so he does beat, but he doesn't get any raises.
Yep.
So does he feel like you guys think he's a crackpot who needs to be in a place of help, some sort of hospital?
Not at all.
Not at all. Not at all.
Quite the opposite.
Like,
Okay.
like
So
I
he
mean,
actually
Weymont
asked
some
if
mage.
you will-
This stuff is bread and butter.
Okay. So he basically asks if you'll give him a moment. He steps out of the room. He comes back with what is very, very obviously a very, very, very old book. You, without some sort of roles, you can't tell exactly how old, but you could totally believe that that is a book that was written in the 1300s, or at least that part of it. because it does appear to be kind of hedgehog together, as if somebody wrote something on a few pages and then somebody else, and that somebody took the time to later on add and bind it. He starts showing you, and basically what he shows you is kind of a diary of patriarchs. Sometimes an occasional matriarch because the patriarch was too young to be in charge, type of thing. That over the last so many years, they have written about this in this thing, that they totally believe that this is a real thing, that the family is cursed with this and they have to be good and they have to have the ring to keep it in check. And that one day, if they're not, they're going to turn into werewolves. The more recent things are seeming to say that they turn into werewolves for about 3 days at the full moon. But they firmly believe that the ring keeps them from losing their humanity, so that they can keep a hold of themselves and hopefully still do good things.
So is this where you're getting the evidence that the ring actually does what you're saying it does?
Yes. Because they
I
just never taken it off because they didn't want to risk what if they would lose control? What would their werewolf selves do?
I
But
have
as far
some
as they're concerned,
questions.
I mean, the book seems to say that the werewolf thing is true, so. And
I
basically,
have
it reads as if notes to the next patriarch, just in case I don't have the time to tell you everything. And there are updates of nothing happened and, I'm 47, or whatever. And then the next person who seems to be the patriarch and or matriarch during certain time periods where the patriarch was too young to take over. And they have very firm family trees of direct lineage to who they think would fall under you're in the right range to be of the curse. Some of that seems very willy-nilly. Like, is it all of them? So it could be 14th cousins out, or is it only direct lines? That seems to be somewhat nefarious in the writings, but they did keep track as best they could.
August will say, I have 2 questions.
Yes.
The first is, when did you last see or have the ring in your possession?
Let's see. He sent you guys the note on Monday. He had the ring Saturday night when he went to bed. Sunday morning, it was not on his hand when he woke up. He searched, of course, the bedding underneath the bed. Then the bedroom was searched. Then the entire house was searched, because what if he just thought he had it on when he went to bed and it fell off somewhere? Something like that. But he firmly
Wait,
remembers having it because it's very important, according to him, so that they don't lose control.
wait.
Every
Wait. Are you saying that they literally stole it off of your finger?
You get a look that's not a nice, happy look. While I was asleep, sir. I have not been less than diligent in my duties to this family.
No.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, even while you were asleep, if someone stole something off of your finger, you would have think that would have woken you up.
Depends on how they did it. And my second question is, may I study that book?
He nods, but you can tell that it has reverence for him. That this is he takes in obviously takes this very, very seriously. But yes, he hands over the book.
Do not worry, I will treat it with respect.
I
And
will
I merely wish
ask.
to read it.
Gives kind of a gracious bow and says thank you.
I will ask him if he has any. While he's doing that, I'll ask him if there are any, notable other noble families who are rivals or actually business rivals from their investments that might have a interest in bringing the house low, or indeed, or political rivals of various sorts. So I'm aware that
Just
they're
from
not
a general
very active.
perspective as well,
Yeah.
Was anything else stolen? Was it just the ring? Who knows that you
Just
turned
the
into
ring.
werewolves?
Yes.
So he believes, and it's no one in the family is supposed to tell anybody he only tells the son that should be inheriting, or if there's no son, the daughter until there's a son type of thing. But as he has questioned the entire household, he feels like the staff wouldn't have done it. Like, none of them want to lose their jobs over this ring. However, he believes that the son may not have been as discreet as he would have liked. And he does know that his son is up for he's in the House of Lords. He's up for basically a position of power on a committee. And it's an important committee lead. So, yes, there could be some rivalry among some other houses. And there are
So
two strong contenders for that feat, that if his son had been discreet, his son is telling him that he was not, but he'll be honest. He doesn't know that he believes that his son is being
Are
truthful.
there, have there been any recent dismissals or any servants leaving the household under any form of cloud or?
No, most of the staff is old staff, and whereas he does not believe that anyone would lose their position over a ring, because a lot of them they have been passed down from generation to generation. Not all, but several. If, however, it wasn't just about the ring, if it was about some squabble over the seat, like if someone was paying them to do this, he's old enough to realize that most men have their price, even a loyal man. So whereas he doesn't believe any of them would just still over a ring if they were going to get a position in another house, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Could somebody be paid enough money to make that worth it? Possibly.
Is, to your understanding, this curse only affects you?
Actually, no, all three of his sons. And he believes that he knows all three of his sons. He knows that he has 4 nephews, and
Yeah.
he's got 2 great nephews, and there's some grandsons, but he believes the grandsons may be too young. But he
So
believes that
any
eventually they will turn.
any adult male of the line.
Do you have any daughters? Just
Yeah, he has
He's got-
one, and he's got a few nieces, and there's one great niece, and there is actually one granddaughter. By
okay.
being adult, we're going Victorian era-esque adult, which puts her at about 14, 15, 16. Yeah. She's young.
And the male heirs, the male members have all felt the symptoms of this change,
Yes.
and none of the
In fact,
daughters.
none of the daughters. He will say that almost all of the men go, quote, hunting. They have a cabin. They all go together. All of the staff is dismissed for the weekend so that they can hopefully be away from anyone they could hurt in case something went wrong.
That
So they're all as far as he's telling you, they all change and they all go to the cabin together.
that's good, because that was one of the things I was about to suggest, that we make sure we get anybody who is potentially there, at least have something set up so we can sequester them. So
They've been doing that for about 2 years already.
excellent. That's very good. Just because
Eminently sensible.
eminently sensible, and we are less than a week off the next full moon.
Which is why he needs the ring found immediately. Literally, he spent most of Sunday tossing the place, tossing the house, questioning everybody to the point where he doesn't believe that any of the staff did it and that the ring is not in the house.
I got a 23 on the evidence analysis, Andy. I did pop it in the chat, but you might not have spotted it.
Yep. Sorry, I probably didn't see it.
No, it's fine. No worries.
All right. what are you focusing the analysis on? The picture, the book, the book.
Yeah, the book.
So
Just trying to get a, as complete a story from the book as I can, and a feel for this whole situation.
out of character, what are the bookies saying about the odds of August becoming werewolf? High. It's totally high. On the evidence analysis in the book looks physically legit. That does not say that the writing in there is sane, but that
Mhm.
the age matches up, the writing, the verbiage, as far as you can tell, the book itself is legit.
Yeah.
That this family has been writing this story down every generation of every head of the family and passing it
Sure.
on to the next to write it again. That is a cool looking ring. Out of character, is it transmittable by bites? I will say that the books, I do not believe, say anything about any of this. Do they have a brownie? That's a really good question. I'm
We're
not
not
sure
looking
that
for
you can
fairies.
tell.
I mean, I would not be asking that question.
No.
That would be more a Mac question, to be fair, because
And Mac
I
isn't
believe
there.
it's Drew I believe it's Drew that popped those questions in. Sorry, Mac that's put those questions in. But yeah, I was just trying to get a feel for the
book itself, as
whole
far as you can tell,
scenario.
seems to be real. It seems to be
Mhm.
aged in the writing and everything about it seems to ring to you to be yes.
Mhm.
That doesn't tell you about the sanity or the reality of it, just that
Sure.
these people have been writing this from person to person.
And if it is a forgery, it's a very, very good one,
Yes. He does have
because he
a
also has that
picture.
skill.
It's basically he shows you a painting. It's a painting of himself, but he's
Mhm.
wearing the ring in it so that you can see what the ring looks like.
Excellent.
So,
It's
That was
sorry.
going to be one of my next questions.
I was just wondering, can we assume that he's already asked the servants if they'd seen anybody strange in or around the mansion when the ring
Yes,
was stolen?
because because he did question them. Everyone seems to say that they didn't see anything. He will say that most of them were asleep. Like there's a bell that if he gets up in the middle of the night, he rings and it hooks to wires that ring in the servants' quarter. So he dismisses them after dinner until breakfast because, it would seem rude to make them sit up all night.
For further questions later, which servant usually stays up the latest? Which one is the last to go to bed?
He would tell
Yeah.
you it's the head of the kitchen staff. That's what he believes. Now, truthfully, you'd have to probably talk to the butler to be for sure,
Mhm.
because he doesn't sit up with them. But he believes that it's the head of the kitchen staff that's up the latest because they make sure that everything after dinner, whereas a lot of the other ones, like he goes to bed pretty quickly after dinner. So his personal footman would have been dismissed after he was in his PJs, basically.
Ballet.
Yeah, his
Who else?
valet, sorry.
Who else is in
The
residence as well?
valet,
Because
sorry,
sorry, go
go ahead.
ahead. I'm
I
talking
was
too
gonna say the
much.
valet, no, you don't, not at all. The valet, the butler or head of household, and the head of the kitchen staff probably are the three latest in general, and the three most in charge of things to ask things. The valet knows the most about like his room and his personal schedule. The butler knows the overall household, and the kitchen staff seems to always know everything. Just saying.
Mm.
So now, what was your question?
Oh, I was just wondering who else normally stays in the house. Now, obviously, we're not accusing anybody of anything at this time, but we do live in a reality where magic can be used to essentially magically coerce people into doing things without their knowledge. So it's wise to know who all was there,
Yeah.
basically.
So overnight, there are two maids, his personal valet, the butler. There's two kitchen staff help and the head of the kitchen. And I think those are the only ones who are really overnight. There's some overnight people in the I don't want to say barn, but yeah, where the horse stalls and the steam coach and all that is.
Tables.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
stable. There's probably 3 people out in the stable who live on the grounds. And then there's technically a groundskeeper and his family in a house kind of offset.
Well, I think one of the things I should be doing is to have a look over all the staff and anybody who's here on the day for any signs of magical coercion in the astral.
That's a perfectly valid thing. But before we get there, August, you had another question? Or did I get all of yours?
No, my 2 were basically, when did you last have it, and may I study the book, please?
Okay. And
I've just
Morgana.
put the thing in the chat.
Oh, yep. Noted.
Obviously, we'll want a chance to talk to the servants ourselves, just to check anything of that front. Can we get a good description of the ring?
Yes.
He's shown
So-
us a painting.
Yeah,
Sure,
it's painting with the ring on it, so we know what it
That's
looks
fine.
like.
Excellent. My brain had obviously missed that
You've
specific
missed
bit.
that.
We know,
No, that's fine.
so we know what it looks like, which means we can look for a description, which means that if it is just something somebody's putting up for sale, because they could have just hired a very good thief for it to
Yeah,
go
it's
and
actually a
steal
fairly
it.
ornate ring with it's gold with a really large, almost purple star sapphire. And it's flanked by, I mean, it's a painting, so you're not totally sure. Could be some sort of onyx or black diamond. You can't tell from the picture very well. That seems so. It's a large oval, and then there are 2 basically triangle cut on the black on a fairly large ornate gold ring. And now, where are we at? So that answers everybody's for the most part over here.
Yeah.
Okay. So before you start questioning staff, I'm going to jump back over to the military looking into stuff. And then we'll
Yay.
come back if we have time. Otherwise, that might be our good breaking point. Out of
Alright.
character, it's Henry has to be.
I'm
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. The 2 I have with me are Nigel and River. Is that right?
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
I will ask them to treat this with confidence, and I will lead them to Her Majesty's 3rd Battalion, the City of London, London Regiment, the Royal Fusiliers, Quartermaster James MacDonald of Islay, in care of Quartermaster Francis Baden Powell at the Barracks Commissionary, and I will go into the commissionary and let him know we have a matter of some delicacy, which I would like some information on if you would be willing to share.
Okay. I don't know that Nigel or River will have ever heard of most of that.
Well, I don't think they
So I
would
don't know
either.
how they're going to react to it. Go ahead.
So anyway, I go in and look for Jimmy, as he's called, and just work into the conversation that we're looking for information on Thomas Green and this military unit that doesn't exist, and show him the insignia and pictures and stuff. And if he acts all poker faced and says he'll forward the message, we'll just leave and wait for a note. If not, I'll wait to see what he shares or directs us to.
He actually, you're almost surprised that he was as lackadaisical about this because you kind of expected, I'll leave someone a note, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, that's an interesting one to bring up. And he goes through some of the insignias that you already have kind of found out, even though most of that no longer exists and never did exist, right?
Exactly.
And he points out like the very last one that you didn't have a lot of information on, and he kind of fills you in that it's a specific. Basically, this was a group within a group that didn't even exist in the first place.
Yes.
And it's been disbanded, and it was a very weird case. They were looking into crazy, not crazy, because it obviously isn't anymore, using magic on some of the Steam stuff to do things that they've never thought was possible.
Huh?
And that group was testing theories on that, and it was disbanded as one part of the things are starting to be so well known at this point that the research doesn't have to be kept hidden. And part of it's because, well, there were some oddities that kept popping up that some of the overheads didn't care for much. So after Green disappeared, they shut the entire thing down. And that's why you can't find anything, because at this point it truly does not exist anymore.
Well, what about known associates or members of the old group? Yeah, like, you
The
know,
only one he knows that he can think of off the top of his head. Not that he's saying that the other ones couldn't be found. If you want them looked into, he can leave a note. But
that
it's
would
an
be great.
honesty that because he just doesn't know off the top of his head.
Yeah, I
But
appreciate
the head dude, the
Uh-huh.
head dude of that was Eddie, Edward, what was it? And he thinks about it for a second. He was like, it was Edward Edwards, which was like the stupidest name. And why would you do that to your kid? And that's
Okay.
why he remembers that guy. Because on top of everything else, his name was literally Edward Edwards. Like,
Okay.
Better than Major Major.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's better than Major, but not by much, right?
He was.
And
He was.
You are, yeah.
okay,
So, you
because we
know,
all know
Major
it has
General or
happened,
General Specific.
right? It has. Look, I knew some Princess Watsons. Yeah,
Hey.
it's a thing.
I mean,
It's an
it's
actual
no worse than going into the Navy with last names like Guzzler and Stain.
right? Like it. Yeah, no, it happens. But he's actually on the other side in the Grove, working for he helps with the trains, the train,
The train
but he's
keeper.
on the Grove side.
Okay. Gotcha. So just to make sure I'm clear, he doesn't have any information on the guy we're looking for, but he does know that his old lieutenant commander, before everything was disbanded, is now working on the trains on the Grove side.
Yeah, he knows they're
Yeah.
working on something with flight. He knows that Green disappeared. They found the plane, but there was no body. But he doesn't know the exact, truthfully, experiment that was going on.
So it's weird
And
science.
you have the feeling he's not stonewalling you. It's just he doesn't
He doesn't
actually know that.
Okay, well, I will make a little deposit and let the office know that the what are they called? The Grails of the Night of the Grails, whatever those guys are.
Grail Knights.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The Grail Knights are now looking for this Steam Mage tech guy, and that the appropriate military personnel should be aware of the Knights' interest.
Yeah, they're very curious about that, and you were informed that you've done a really great job. They're
So
super pleased with your work so far.
I'm happy to do so. And then after we leave, I'll leave my report, and then we will leave the barracks commissary. And then while we're walking, I will ask Nigel and River to. I don't talk about it, but I do have some responsibilities within the military still.
All good.
That's fine. Out of character, just as a point of clarity as well, they don't have planes. They don't have the power to weight ratio of steam engines
Sorry,
where that's capable. They have airships.
sorry,
Yeah,
airships. I'm sorry, I'm using the wrong words. My bad.
Yeah,
I-
just as a point of clarity.
Yeah, and
Yes.
flight related is what I wrote down. So is there? Does anyone have contacts with the Groove and these trained people? I've heard the Groove is like a parallel world, but I don't know anything about it.
So
I
the
don't
Grove
think
is on
any
the
of
other.
us are that.
Then you're about on the level with the average Londoner.
Yeah,
Yay.
it's another
Oh.
it's another world that goes through a portal in Greenwich.
Yeah, everyone would know there's a portal in Greenwich that opened up from the weird science experiment that went awry. That's where magic started coming from. After the portal opened up, that's when all the weird things started to happen. It is another world that goes through the portal. The British will run trains through it. They have an iron tunnel, and it actually is. I think we would probably be able to connect enough of the dots at this point that yeah, it's Fey space that it's going through. They run a cold iron tunnel through to try and hold off the worst of the effects and the crazy stuff that busts through. But it's like
Okay.
wild Fey space.
Yeah. So that could be one thing that might looking through it to see if like whatever their flight experiments were doing was some sort of alternative transport or related somehow to what they're doing in the group. There some puzzle pieces are kind of lining up. It's speculative, but it's interesting the way the kind of triangle is forming between these different clues that we're picking up. So I guess we'll just go back. Do you guys want
Well,
to
before you
follow?
just go back, is there anything that they want to do while talking to military people or on
On the
the
base?
base?
Do they
Yeah.
know, because they mentioned he was involved with the trains that run through the tunnel? Do they know what his job was, or
I think the person involved
just
in the
the
trains is Edwards, the commanding officer, so rather than the disappeared person.
but just like, is he part
Do
of
they know
logistics?
if
Is he an
Edward's
engineer? Is
position?
he
Yeah. As far as he know, Edward Edwards is an engineer, but he's not sure if it actually is an engineer or is over the engineers. But it's something to do with engineering.
and to clarify, when I'm trying to use the British terminology for it, because Americans will call the driver of a train an engineer. The British, they have a
Oh,
driver.
sorry.
The engineer actually designs and maintains
No,
the
I'm
trains.
talking about maintaining the actual engine.
Okay, so he is an actual engineer.
Yes.
Well,
Okay,
Or
his
in charge of the engineers. He wasn't totally sure.
and his rank was lieutenant commander. And even when you leave the black ops units, there's
You keep
parallel
your rank.
there's parallel things that go on there. So I think that it makes me very nervous because mostly those are deniable assets for cutoff. So I'm not sure quite what to do with all of that. But it's and the other part of it is the money that's being poured. There's a lot of dangerous shit in this mix right now. If it's made the radar for Jimmy over at the commissary. Okay, cool. Well, we'll move back and report to the rest of the team. Do you guys want to follow through and notify
Wait,
the
hold on.
families?
River, did you have anything over there? Don't move them yet. Just want to make sure both Nigel and River
Because we're
got to
probably not.
ask or look at anything they wanted first.
And River would probably be more interested in the guns that would be visible. But
Okay. You saw lots
she,
of neat firearms.
yeah,
Okay. I just want to make sure that if there's anything there you wanted to do, that you guys had your opportunity.
yeah. Like if there was anything mechanical or schematics or anything like that I can get a hold of, oh yeah, I'll be all over that. But if we're just talking information, I don't have a lot to contribute here.
Okay.
I can get
Making
you
sure.
X if you need it, for whatever that's worth later on for roleplay. But okay, well then I guess I would just ask the people I'm with because not everybody's together. So Nigel and River, we were asked by the Knights, who we want to stay on good terms with, to ask the mice if they had seen this guy.
Or if
Jimmy,
they
do you
can
want
find
to?
him, I think was their phrasing.
They were thinking find him, but I think step one, I don't want to put them in any danger. I'm protective. It's just my nature. So it's like,
Oh
what
no,
do we
I
do?
understand. I'm just saying what I think their phrasing was.
Yeah, I'm with you. So do you want to grab a mirror and then we'll let them know and see if they know anything, one, and if they do, say, don't put yourself in any danger, but if you happen to hear something about this guy who looks like this, or a magic, mad science, magician-y thing going on related to the trains or this guy, or machines that fly, anything like that you see that's unusual, let Mother know.
Just
Yeah,
a suggestion to remind you that the Ground Knight gave us a ring and a child's picture of his dad, which they
Yeah.
might be able to track things off.
Yeah, I think from their terms, try to throw anything else with all the information we're finding out is good for our end, so we know what's going on. But they're not going to understand a lot of that. I think our best bet would be, the child's picture. They will be able to latch on more because there are emotions attached to that rather than the photo. And the it's anything like that. So if they can find anything, we'll see. If they can, what they know. I don't know that they're actually going to be able to do a lot for us. It just depends because we've never tried this before.
Yeah, my comment is I want to be responsive to the knights. I don't want to put the mice in danger, but I want to follow through and do what's appropriate there. That low-hanging fruit, whatever we can get out of it. And I have a question, Nigel. You're a Galvanic mage. I have that written down from something.
Yes.
Is that like a steampunk mage? Is that what
Essentially, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is right up your alley. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so Nigel was trained as an engineer originally and kind of had magic dumped on him.
Okay.
So that's kind of how it fits within his mind as he equates it to gadgetry, and he'd be able to, because that's where his background is in.
Okay, so let's head back to the agency office with a mirror, and then you let Andy go back to the other team, and then we'll do a little role play, communicating what we can to the mice. Most importantly, that they stay safe. We get any existing information, and if they happen to see something, that they should let us know, using the child's portrait as the focus, but with the other information to supplement. Is that the summary?
that in the
I-
ring. Like, hey, have you found anything, or could you find anything like that?
But we don't know
Linked to
about the ring,
these.
do we? Because they're at the other team, right?
We were given a ring
Yeah.
Well,
for.
okay, so before can I make a suggestion? Why don't I
Yeah.
bounce back and let them decide if they're going to stay there and work on questioning everybody, or if they want to go back and meet with you guys, and then you guys decide what to do with that and do the questioning together.
We'll just leave an open point on following through for the knights with the mice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I
So,
passed the talking stick.
so at the Earl's house, do you guys want to stay there and question everybody right now? Or do you want to go back, meet up as a team, and then decide where to go on each
I
case?
kind of think time is of the essence with the house.
Mm,
So we probably should, at least go through everybody just
Question.
quickly.
Yeah.
cursorily question everybody at the house who's here, and then see where we go from there.
I will suggest to the Earl that we'll bring in some of our other friends who will keep this as secret as us, and we can send a note over, runner, to let the other team know that we might need them, because
That's actually a really good idea.
it just struck me that River might have some tracking skills and might be able, or Mac may have tracking skills and may be good people to help us find any signs of somebody sneaking in and out of the property.
That's a good idea. So I'm
Mhm.
going to bounce back really quick, knowing that that's what you guys want to do.
Yep.
The team that's looking into the military stuff, the picture you might have had on you, but the little kids drawing in the ring would be back at the office. I believe no one said they took it with them. So it would be back at the office, correct?
That's fine with me, because we were going to head back to the office for the mirror anyway.
Right.
So,
Like I was
Yeah.
okay, so that takes you guys going back to the office to get those. And you would then be able to see the note saying, hey, we could use your help over here. So what I
Okay.
think might be good is let you guys go ahead and decide how you want to word whatever you're going to do to the for the dormice, to the dormice. And then with you guys heading out to the other one, because I think that's a good break in the story as well.
Okay.
Make
do you want
sense?
to?
Work?
Yeah. Do you want
Yeah.
to do a quick role
Mhm.
play with the mice? And because I
Yep.
think I know what I want to say to them, and then just
Well-
knock that out. We'll go to the other.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you wanted to talk that over. Your character wants to talk that with Nigel and River, and then do it. But yes, that's kind of where we're at.
I would just say let's just you two can chime in with stuff, but we'll prep the picture and the other material we know on Thomas Green, and we'll call to the mirror. I guess we do like what we draw something in blood. How do we do this? Doesn't Morgana usually do this?
Usually we just put things on the
Actually, I
mirror.
was gonna say River has done it. I think Nigel has done it, and I think Morgana. I think all three of those have actually
Well,
contacted.
And
I
we,
thought at some
we
point or
really
left
only
something.
needed the blood when we were passing through because we had to pay a toll.
yeah, but River doesn't know that part of it. She'll cut her thumb and place it
Well,
on her
yeah, but I'm
field
with
mirror.
you, so I will tell you that.
Okay, we place the phone call.
Well, no, there actually is a point of order here. So before you put your bloody thumbprint on there, Nigel pops up with, "You don't need to do that."
Yeah, we only need to put blood on there if we're paying a toll so we can cross over.
So then I just need to know: do you still put the bloody thumbprint on?
Fine, do what you need.
No, I just need to know if you're doing that, because if you do,
No,
or you
that's
don't-
how she responds. Fine, do what you need. This is just the easiest way.
Easy is good by me. I'm fine with it.
so I'm very confused what you mean by do as you mean. I need like a yes or no. Yes, I put my bloody.
I'm talking to Weymont. Do as you need.
Okay, so you're telling him to do what he needs to do. Gotcha. Sorry.
Yep.
So yeah, we just need, from what we've done before, we just need to draw on the mirror, somehow. What if we have like a grease pen or whatever, and leave the thing nearby?
All right. So I will send Andy a DM with a quick note, but the substance of it is actually we have a picture, and I put a note with it that says we're trying to find Thomas Green. This is his ring. This is a picture.
I would not give them his name.
Why not? Names have power. Or
is that Faye.
Yes, but we don't want the Fae to have his name.
Not ours to give.
Okay.
Uh,
So
what I would
this
say
is why
is
I
put.
think
This sounds like it's going to get more complicated by committee.
I think you guys need to, in character, discuss what you're going to tell the mice.
What I would say very simply is we'll put the child's picture, the photo, and the ring just together, and we will simply say, without harming yourself, without coming to harm or danger, have you seen or can you find this man?
That sounds great.
That's all we want.
That's fine. And then we'll go turn around. If there's no, wait a few minutes, and then we'll go to wherever the rest of the party is.
Yeah, it'll probably take them a while anyway. So this will be something we'll probably get back in a couple of days.
Yeah.
all right. So you guys are in agreement. That's what you're doing,
Fine with me.
and that's the note. I'm mentally hearing you all shake your head. Yes.
I would say so, unless anybody else has any objections.
Gone. All right. So that is what is sent. And as you lay the stuff down, it almost starts to ripple as if the mirror itself is wet, even though it's obviously not. And I'm going to guess none of you touch it, as it slowly sinks in the water like paper would sink in a lake.
Okay.
And then with that, you guys head off to the Earl's place.
Yeah, whatever the note from the other part of the party said to meet them at, if that was the place,
Yeah.
if it was whatever.
Yep, to the Earl's place.
Yeah, we're following instructions.
And with that, we are going to pause for 2 weeks.
Yay.
Bum,
You guys will all be together at
Um,
Earl's house.
Hooray!
And August has an army, whether he loves it or not.
Yay.
Yay.
I do want to point
Again,
out
to reiterate, player is fine. It was all August in character.
I thought it was great in character, and I thought everybody did really fantastic in character, which is why I'm giving you guys 1,500. I think that there's some
That's
very, very nice
amazing.
RP.
Thank
And if
you.
you want to disagree with me, you can, but I don't care. I'm the GM and I can do that. I can give out cookies when I want.
Thank
I-
you,
I-
Andy. We love you.
Is
I
it
wanna-
bad,
Hopefully
given all
you
that
had
role playing
fun.
was about blame, that Morgana may be putting up sloth blame at some point?
Actually, you know what? Because I was so proud of you, August gets an extra 200
Yay.
because August found his voice and his feelings.
Yay.
Aw, thank you.
I wanted to
All
ask a question about scheduling ahead, because 2 weeks is February the 9th. Is Fredonia Con the 23rd?
Yes. Which brought
So-
me to that is actually a solid point. Do you guys care if we run this during because we can main event room it for Fredonia Con? I want to know how you feel about it, whether we're moving it or playing at Fredonia Con, just as if we're playing here, just moving the room. Unless the room's already booked, I'll have to check.
I've lost track of when Fredonia Con is.
In a month.
The
It's like the
22nd and 23rd.
22nd, 23rd, yeah.
Would that be a normal day for us?
Yes.
That's
They-
fine by me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the last time
Just trying
it
to
was.
find. I'm just trying to find the schedule to see if that is taken for main event room.
Yeah, there are no objections. I'm happy to do it at Fredonia Con. Are you doing something for your birthday though?
Ooh.
22nd?
I'm at Fredonia Con. That's
Well, they have to get you like a cake and cookies, or celebrate you or something.
do you realize I would have to order it for myself and nobody delivers out here.
I believe we're having a discussion about cowboys and cockneys.
Yes, we're doing that as well. So if I can talk Debbie into moving her 1 to 2 to a 2 to 3, which I might be able to do, we could be just our normal time and everything on Sunday.
That sounds good for me, because it's already
So
early here.
let me talk to her. Otherwise, we may just do a 3-hour block, which would also be okay.
Yeah. And I think it's
So
important you get birthday cake.
yeah,
Oh,
I
you're
don't
the
feel
cake
like
man,
ordering
Drew.
my own cake.
You're the cake man, Drew.
She's also
Yeah, he's even more than an hour away. I just want that pointed out.
Yeah. Well, actually, I could do. Let me put it this way: if you do not get a birthday cake on your birthday on the 22nd, when you're in visiting Ross in April with the VIP package, if it overlaps with me, I will bring you birthday cake.
Oh, thank you.
So
It'll be okay. I actually have considered going and ordering something from a local bakery so that I would have something this week or that weekend.
yeah,
Just
good.
if I get to remembering it. But I will let you know. And I appreciate that because your cakes are always better looking than my cakes. I make a decent cake. They're just never as pretty as yours.
All right. So I know you're not a chocolate I hate to take up group time, but I know you're not a chocolate person. Do you like lemon cake? Do you like?
I
what
do.
You like
I
lemon?
like a lot of because I'll do white chocolate. I like a strawberry, lemon, white cake, pineapple upside down cake. Just I'm actually trying not to be as picky as I come off.
One of the cakes that's very popular that I do is an angel food cake with strawberry cream cheese mousse.
That sounds like it would be
amazing.
phenomenal.
The stereo ums were quite weird.
Yeah, and see, and I will say that because that's what's always funny. Like, I'm not a huge cheesecake person, but a really done pumpkin cheesecake is good. Something like that strawberry cheesecake mousse, which I'm sure yours is fantastic. Yeah. So that sounds magnificent. However, you shouldn't feel that like, yeah. I'm spending my birthday with you guys.
Well, it's
With
all
with the community. So it's like having a birthday celebration the whole weekend.
yay. Well, it's
We have a really good community, I think.
I think so too. I'm trying to see if I've got. If you're a cheesecake fan, I do a lot of pumpkin cheesecakes as well. That was one of the big things that was requested this fall. But
Oh, okay. See, like I said, I'm not the typical chick because I'm not a huge cheesecake person, but there's a couple that I like. But you've done lots of pictures of beautiful things. Do you remember this last Gen Con you did those pecan bars? I mean,
yeah,
those were phenomenal.
yeah.
So, yeah, if
I've
it's
been
something that you don't think the typical chick would like, it's probably my favorite.
all right. Well, I do a lot of
I'm
different.
pretty easy.
Like I said, I do a lot of different cakes. I was doing pecan rolls this last week with caramel and toffee. Those are pretty good. But I'll see if I can find a picture of. I've done so many of those. I can't believe I don't have any right here that I'm seeing. But
Just to check, are we off air now? Or just...
No, we are
No, I
not.
think we're talking about
No, we're
I
still.
was waiting for people to
This
stop
is-
so I could interject that. So,
But this is how real tables run.
Yeah.
And with that, please stop it.
so, but with that note, I will go ahead and get us signed off. So thank you very much, everybody, for viewing, and we will see you in the next one.